It's a dangerous love.
Knight trips to the line on the left. Where's the throw out of it? A big screen to Kanagawa. Over the middle, he's got Palace. Wide open at the 30. Gage breaks free to the 20. 15, 10, 5. He will score!
We gon' run this town.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Seven points offensively. That's usually a pretty good day. Bulldogs still weren't able to find the win despite that, but like you said, a lot to hang their hat on when you look at the likes of the guys you mentioned. Randall Broom really clogging up the run game for the Elmhurst Blue Jays last week. He's going to look to do the same thing again for the Yellow Jackets this week. And then also Shea LaRue did a really good job of putting pressure on the Blue Jays starting quarterback last week. So for the Yellow Jackets and their starting QB, Jordan Ambrose, he's going to have to be on the lookout because LaRue and company are going to be bringing pressure very frequently against this Yellow Jacket offense.
Yeah, you got to love it when big people wear small numbers. Shea LaRue wears number 5 for this Bulldog defense, and certainly a player that this Defiance College coaching staff has spent some time on with the film from last week. The Bulldogs have played Defiance quite a few times, a former member of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. The Bulldogs have won 9 straight against Defiance, but haven't played each other in almost 10 years. So it's sort of a mini rivalry renewed.
Yeah, I think proximity breeds a little bit of contempt when it comes to athletics. Defiance just down the road in northern Ohio. So these are two teams that, like you said, do have a history. Bulldogs were in the win column last year, so you imagine that Defiance and their group are going to remember that and be looking to get a little bit of revenge here this afternoon. One guy I'm really excited to watch for the Bulldogs, their wide receiver Keontae Townsend, who was out last week. It looks like he's going to go. We saw him with the team in warm-ups, taking snaps, was in street clothes last week, but if the Bulldogs and their freshman quarterback Brady Raymond can get their top target back, I think that's going to work wonders for their offense, Ian.
Yeah, and you brought up Brady and a weekend last week that the young freshman will have to forget. It was, let's be honest, a forgettable performance. Put the ball on the turf a couple times, threw a couple interceptions. Coach Deere going with him again for week 2. You kind of have to do it. You got to build his confidence back up. And a team in Defiance that I think if Adrian plays clean football. No big mistakes. You're not going to be perfect, but eliminate the bad throws, the costly fumbles. Bulldogs could be in a position to bounce back, especially with the young quarterback.
Yeah, excited to see Brady Raymond get another shot here this afternoon. I know hopefully Raymond got some of those jitters out of his system with his first collegiate start last week. I'm really interested to see how this game goes because we've got two teams that really weren't very successful offensively a weekend ago. Defiance put up 6 points. Bulldogs only put up 3 points. So for both these squads, really the mantra is going to be, let's get our offense going. Let's have a good first drive to get things up and running and hopefully build on that success as the game goes along.
And you see the Adrian College Bulldog Marching Band out on the field right now, getting ready for the home opener, game 1 of 2 here at home right off the bat. You know, the road trip last week, Defiance here today, Bluffton coming here for homecoming next week. But, man, these home fans are going to be in for a treat. You know, this team is still trying to figure out who they are. And a quarterback like Brady Raymond, we saw last week, he likes to be able to run with the football. I don't think you take that away from him. I'm sure they ran some ball security drills pretty much, a little more than they're used to.
Yeah, I think for Raymond, we saw his ability to scamper on the ground and really adding that versatile side of his game. But like you said, has to make sure that football's secured. Even, I think if you're Coach Deere, you don't mind if Raymond, once he sees pressure coming, just slides down so doesn't risk taking a hit, risking injury, or that ball popping out. One guy I thought who was really good on the ground last week, actually, I think both of the Bulldogs running backs, Sal Paterno and Anthony Greer, were both really exceptional. I'm excited to see more of Paterno today because Elmhurst actually had a pretty good defensive line going. I think today against the Yellow Jackets, the Bulldogs have a chance to really get their run game going even more so and dominate in that field of the game.
Yeah, when you talk about that run game, I think it starts and stops with the Bulldog left tackle, Nathan Bennett, 74. He's only 6'6", 330, the senior left tackle. He was moving people last week. I think he could have a bit of a fun afternoon if they decide to run left.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to Bennett these past couple of weeks, a good friend of mine, he was saying it's been interesting adapting to having a southpaw quarterback because he's used to protecting the quarterback's blind side. But, yeah, Bennett will likely have a huge impact today as well.
Opening kickoff moments away. You're tuned in to Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Score! Touchdown, Adrian!
It's a dangerous
Knight trips to the line on the left. Where's the throw out of it? A big screen to Kanakawa. Over the middle, he's got Palace. Wide open at the 30. Gage breaks free to the 20. 15, 10, 5. He will score!
We gon' run this town.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium, the home of Adrian College Bulldog football. Ian Went, Calvin Keys up here in the booth with you, looking down. Bulldog Marching Band, a beautiful rendition of Hail Adrian and our national anthem. Cheerleaders are ready. Bruiser Jr., Bruiser 2, whatever you want to call him. He's down there ready to go. There he goes.
Yeah, always
jogging out at the 50.
Always good to see our favorite K9 counterpart, Bruiser. He's having a great time down there. Good to see him donning the Adrian College black and gold, and we'll have the run out of the football team here in a few moments.
I can tell you what, Calvin, he is a good boy.
That's
Bruiser
for sure.
the second. Oh, man. Love to see him. Coach Deere ready to bring his team out, and here they are, your 2023 Adrian College Bulldogs.
Yeah, you see Shea LaRue and Jonathan Shashela leading the team out of the tunnel. Good to see Shashela out there after he took a hard hit last week and I think went into concussion protocol, but looks like he'll be ready to go this time around. And he's a big piece of the Bulldog offensive line starting at left guard, so they're going to need him today.
I mean, how are you going to respond from last week? I mean, you're going to bottle that anger and let it out here in front of your home fans? I mean, this is a team that looks like that's what they're going to do. You know, you're not going to lay down. It's non-conference play. You need to ramp up to MIAA play. Last week needs to be your low point. It can only go up from here as you still see the parade of Bulldogs out onto the field. I'm excited.
Me too, Ian, and I think you put it really well last week, and you said these non-conference games are really meant to prepare you for the MIAA play where the rubber really hits the road. This is another great chance to get going and get ready for their MIAA schedule down the road.
With that, can we take a look at our Adrian College offense? They're going to be led by freshman quarterback from Pinckney High School, number 1, Brady Raymond. At running back will be number 5, Sal Paterno, the senior tailback. At wide receiver, we're looking at number 2, Cole Seslar and Ben Kolaski. Keontae Townsend, good to see him back. Old reliable Tyler Poyer at tight end. Look at that offensive line. Nathan Bennett, Jack Sasela, Isaiah Simon at center, Andre Williams at right guard, and Connor Bogdansky out there at right tackle. That offensive line, nice to see them all back together, and they can certainly create some opportunities for the running game.
Yeah, one of the best offensive lines in the MIAA conference. We've sang their praises a lot so far early on in the season, and that's a big reason why we've seen the success that Sal Paterno's been able to have, as well as the backup running back Anthony Greer. Expect the Bulldogs to lean on the run game heavily, especially since Brady Raymond wasn't really able to get the pass game going much last week.
All right, now the Adrian College defense. It's going to be anchored up front by Shea LaRue, right there, number 5, a 6'4", 260-pound senior. He'll be on the opposite end of Kamara Smith. In the middle will be Randall Broom and Jacob Fetro. Bo Ganop at linebacker along with Ryder. Wadis Ashman at linebacker. Sean Tolbert in the back end. Donovan McCary there as well. Anthony Bell and A.J. Pipkins, who not only plays corner, he returns some kicks and punts for Adrian.
Yeah, one thing that's going to be interesting to see in the Bulldogs secondary, Andrew Thomas out, their starting corner, out with injury this week, so Anthony Bell's going to step up. You see number 2 on your screen. A.J. Pipkins is going to carry the load alongside him, and Donovan McCary, really the anchor of that Bulldogs secondary. He was great last week. Expect to see more of the same today.
Riker Bidwell in there at linebacker at that middle linebacker spot. Now let's take a look quickly at our opponents from Defiance College down in Ohio. We'll take a look at their offense. They're going to be led by senior quarterback Jordan Ambrose. The tailback is Tyshawn Freeman. Out at wide receiver will be Mike Martin, Tawan Rome, and Jalen Warren. Up front, they'll go with Aiden Burke, Andre Almore, Eric Moultrie, Kendrick Blackman, Gabriel Bookman, and their tight end is Cole Recker. So an offense kind of similar to Adrian's. They ran into some problems against a premier program in Division III football. They're looking to open up things too.
Yeah, all eyes are on Jordan Ambrose. This is a Defiance team under their head coach Nickel that really likes to throw the football. Ambrose had 27 attempts last week, only completed 14 of them, threw 2 interceptions. He did throw for a touchdown, but not the outing that Ambrose wanted to start the year, similar to Brady Raymond. So we're seeing 2 quarterbacks that are really looking to bounce back this time around.
Let's take a look at the Defiance defense. They're led up front by Dominic Harris, Fernando Sanabria Nieves, Davidson LeConte Jr., and Richard Pope IV. At linebacker will be Thomas Coltrane, Cody Johnson II, Brian Murat at the Sam linebacker spot. At safety, it's Isaiah Watts, Jalen Reed, and at corner will be Daniel Budwa and Vashawn Palmer. So that's a look at your Defiance College defense.
Yeah, just about ready for kickoff here. Were we able to get a look at which team is going to be receiving the football here?
I was reading rosters. I
So
believe
was I.
Adrian deferred. I saw some Bulldogs clapping after the coin toss. We're going to pause 10 seconds for our network stations to identify themselves. You're tuned in to Adrian College Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. And welcome back here to Docking Family Stadium. My name is Ian Wendt. I'm joined alongside this week and all season long by Calvin Keys, a current sophomore at Adrian College in the broadcasting department. Obviously, I would hope I'd get someone in the broadcasting department. Thanks so much for being here again, Calvin. The rest of our crew, executive director today is Megan Abbey, director Alex Herman. Also on the broadcast, Gia Avalone, Connor Shelb, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, Reagan Petrowski, and an engineer, Laura Rutkowski. Bulldogs will receive the opening kickoff for their opening possession of their home slate of games. Both teams looking for win number 1. Adrian looking to show up in front of their home fans. Number 10, Ezekiel Sanchez will kick it off for Defiance, and we're underway. He's going to squib it short, and Defiance jumps on the football. And they go with the onside kick. The Bulldogs caught napping, and it went 11 yards, and it will be a Yellow Jacket football, 1st and 10.
That's Kari Hurt recovering for the Yellow Jackets. Boy, that is a bold call on the opening kickoff. And the Yellow Jackets special teams comes through for him here early.
The old kicker squibs it short, and it was recovered right at that 11-yard mark. So the Adrian College defense will hit the field first, looking to slow down this Defiance attack. Quarterback Jordan Ambrose. He'll give through the middle. Bulldogs find him, but he's rumbling through some people, and that's a powerful run for Tyshawn Freeman. His first carry of the afternoon, good for about 10 yards, I think just shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, the senior Freeman really powering ahead. We talk about those yards after contact, 9-yard pickup for him.
Ambrose from the shotgun, running back behind him. He sends his tight end in motion to the right. Ambrose going to fake it. Shea LaRue chases. He throws it in the flat. Caught. First down, Defiance. Down to the 35 and a big-time hit. And what a start for the visiting Yellow Jackets. The onside kick and then 2 chunk plays. Tackle out there by Wadis Ashman.
Yeah, that was Charles Hollinsworth on the catch, the freshman wide receiver. Love those screen play calls because you're able to get blockers out in front, opens up space for Hollinsworth.
Defiance quickly to the line, 1st and 10 from the Adrian 35, going deep over the middle, and it's tipped, and it's picked off! The Bulldogs picked it off. It's Adrian's number 7. That's A.J. Pipkins down the sideline, all the way to the 50. Oh, baby. Tip, pick, Bulldog football.
My goodness.
Donovan McCary tipped it. Pipkins picked it. What an answer by the Adrian defense.
Look what it means to the Bulldogs sideline. They're fired up. We get another look at the play there. And it all started, like you said, the tip from McCary. McCary initially going for it. Looked like it was going to fall to the turf, but Pipkins came across, picked it off, and then brought it about 40 yards. So the Bulldogs will start at midfield in their first drive of the game.
A.J. Pipkins, a corner that had some trouble getting on the field as a freshman, is making plays here as a sophomore. Now the freshman quarterback for the Bulldogs, Brady Raymond, takes over 1st and 10 from the shotgun. It's going to be a quarterback run. Sal Paterno gives a block. Brady takes a hit, lowers the shoulder at the Defiance 43. That's a similar look to last season with the senior transfer quarterback, Aaron Jenkins, just a quarterback power run to the edge.
Yeah, keeping the play calls simple here, and we saw Raymond's speed on the ground last week. More of the same here as they pick up 7.
2nd and short for the Bulldogs. Brady Raymond from the shotgun again. He'll take and fake to Paterno. Brady looking middle. He's got a man open at the 15. It's caught down to the 5-yard line. That reception for Ben Koloski. What a throw and what a catch.
Raymond looking confident and his second snap in the shotgun. Plenty of time, great pass protection. And you'll see Koloski here was wide open in the middle of the field. No one covering him. Luckily for the Yellow Jackets, their safety got there to make the tackle at the 5.
First and goal, Bulldogs at the Defiance College 5. Opening 2 minutes of this football game. We've already had an onside kick recovered by the Yellow Jackets and an Adrian College interception. Raymond looks in, takes, gives to Sal Paterno. Can't get to that edge. What a beautiful tackle. 42, Richard Pope the fourth, the senior, just took Paterno for a ride in the backfield.
Yeah, and there was just absolutely nothing there for Paterno. Pope surged right through to make a huge tackle for a loss. That's going to back the Bulldogs up to about the 8-yard line here on 2nd and goal.
A Donovan McCary tipped pass intercepted by A.J. Pipkins. And a long pass to Ben Koloski from the freshman Raymond. Defiance rushes a player on late. And we have a timeout on the field. Defiance not quite ready for it. It's a 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs from the 8-yard line. Calvin, we need to catch our breath and figure out what's going on here. What an exciting first 90 seconds of game.
Yeah, it's been an insane beginning to this game. We had the onside kick recovered by the Yellow Jackets. Then they put a couple of nice plays together, took a shot downfield. McCary tipped it to Pipkins, took it back to midfield. And then from the Bulldogs' second play from the line of scrimmage, it was a huge pass play. Raymond, it was a 38-yard pass to Ben Koloski, who's down at the 5. And now Bulldogs in really good field position to start this one, Ian.
A 2nd and goal. Ball placed at the Defiance 8-yard line. Bulldogs looking for their first touchdown of this young season after just managing a field goal last week. 13 and 30 left in our opening quarter. 0-0 the score. Raymond will line up in the shotgun with Paterno just flanking him to his right. 2 receivers left, 1 tight to the right. Raymond, he's going to look to throw right away, looking left side, going to that side. It's going to be a diving catch for the Bulldogs score. Ben Koloski, touchdown, black and gold. The first career touchdown pass for the freshman Brady Raymond, and the Bulldogs are up 6-0.
Yeah, we see that connection between Brady Raymond and Ben Koloski here again. Koloski cutting to that back left corner of the end zone. Raymond didn't hesitate, found him there in the corner. Koloski able to hold on in tight coverage. That's a Bulldog touchdown.
Jalen Red in coverage. Better throw and better catch. And Adrian will attempt this extra point. The kick is up away, and it is good. And the kicker, Alec Milley, puts it through. Bulldogs up 7-0 here in their home opener. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the Communication Arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
The first touchdown of this Bulldog season is an 8-yard pass from Brady Raymond to Ben Koloski, set up by the A.J. Pipkins interception off a Donovan McCary tip, but not only before we had a Defiance onside kick recovery, surprising the Bulldogs. Defense steps up, offense moves it down the field for the Bulldog score. Adrian to kick this one off. It's going to be returnable at the 1-yard line. Defiance brings it up over the 15 and a big-time hit over the 15 to about the 18-yard line. And that's where Defiance will start the kick coverage for Adrian's number 32. That is Brett Allen, the freshman.
And that was Tawan Rome on the return for the Yellow Jackets. Good job by the Bulldogs special teams unit to pin Defiance at their own 18 here.
Brady Raymond, 2 for 2, 46 yards and a Bulldog touchdown. To Ben Kolaski, he caught both passes from the young Raymond. Defiance, their second possession. Ambrose is 1 for 2 with the INT. He has 10 yards early in this football game. 7-0 Bulldogs, 13:09 left in our first quarter. And they're going to reset the play clock. Tyshawn Freeman in the backfield with Ambrose. Ambrose takes, he's going to run it. Little quarterback draw right through the middle. The big-bodied quarterback is going to get a Defiance first down near the 30-yard line. Just a little hesitate and go for the QB.
Yeah, and you said it. Jordan Ambrose is a pretty sizable fella at 6'2", 210 pounds, so a tough guy to bring down, and his mental toughness is going to be tested here after throwing a pick on his first possession. How can he bounce back and lead his team to a score?
Ambrose quickly to the line, gives to his tailback. That's Freeman, gets hit by a couple of Bulldogs after a 2-yard rush. 2nd and 8 here from the 31.
Seeing more of the same from Defiance here, and I like the approach here, seeking to setting things down and just getting a couple run plays going.
It's going to be a pitch play to Freeman, and he gets hit low and then high up over the 35 to about the 36 for Adrian. Finishing the tackle was Sean Tolbert. 3rd down. Adrian trying to get off the field here. Up 7-0. Snap back to Ambrose. He's rolling left, throws that way, has a man wide open. He dropped the pass on the far sideline. Looking for 19 on the play. Jaden Scott, the junior, had a first down. Must have taken his eyes off the football and just dropped it.
I think maybe that's a case of Jaden Scott just maybe hearing some footsteps, saw somebody coming, and was already thinking about having to take that hit or what he was going to do after he caught it. But first things first, you got to catch that ball, and now it looks like the punt team will come out for the Yellow Jackets.
The punter, Matthew Bolanos, the junior, ready for this Defiance punt. Snap is good. Bulldogs bring some pressure, can't quite get there. Punt, it's going to drop the Bulldog 30, picked up by Pipkins right there. He called for the fair catch, and he makes it at about the 29.
Yeah, and you said it, Ian. That punt was nearly blocked. Credit to the Matthew Bolanos for the Yellow Jackets of getting that off. There was an arm of a Bulldog player that wasn't too far away from getting a hand on that one.
All right, second offensive possession for the Bulldogs after the defense forces a punt. Second possession. Brady Raymond with this running back, Sal Paterno with him alone in the backfield. They send a big old tight end in motion. That tight end is 87, Ryan Brumley. It's going to be a run this time for Paterno. Gets about a yard on that play.
Like what we're seeing from the defensive line for Defiance so far. That was the big fella, Fernando Sanabria Nieves, stopping the run game there. And Bulldogs, I'd like to see them continue to look to the pass game. That's been their calling card on that first drive.
2nd and 9 from Adrian at their own 30. They lead it here early, 7-0. 11:15 to go in our first quarter. Raymond back there, fakes a run to Paterno. Brady looking left side, going up for Townsend. It's tipped and incomplete. Looked like he may have been tangled up with the defensive back. Number 9 on defense for the Yellow Jackets, Daniel Budwa.
Yeah, and that pass nearly intercepted by Budwa, a little bit underthrown by Raymond, and Townsend had to play the role of DB there to get that pass broken up.
First incompletion for Raymond this afternoon. 2 for 3 with the score. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Raymond in the shotgun with Sal Paterno. It's going to be a pass for Raymond. Brady steps up. He's going to get swallowed under and sacked. And the line's going to push him ahead toward the line of scrimmage, and that's where he will eventually go down. Boy, those Yellow Jackets were in there in a hurry on 3rd and long.
And that's what that Defiance defense needed, was a big stop, really a bounce-back drive after the Bulldogs really just asserted their dominance through the air on the previous drive. Yellow Jackets made it difficult, forces the Bulldogs to punt, and we will see Sammy LaFata come out for Adrian.
Left-handed quarterback, left-footed punter, Sammy LaFata. awaits the snap. This one from Nick MacArthur. Nice boot by LaFada, like a pass. It's going to be returned at the 22 to the sideline to the 30. Up near the 35, slips through a tackle near the 40. A 20-yard return on that one for number 6 on that punt return for Defiance College.
That was Tawan Rome with the return for the Yellow Jackets, and you said it, that was a tight spiral from LaFada. Impressive stuff, and looks like Defiance is going to start this drive at about their own 43.
Now, I don't like to be critical, number 1, of Adrian and number 2 of our opponent, but they're the Defiance Yellow Jackets, and I don't see any yellow on their uniform. You know,
Defiance Purple Jackets, more like it.
Yeah, sorry, exactly. Purple pants, yellow jersey, sort of a tannish helmet. It's going to be a run for Freeman, and Freeman going to get met in the hole, stopped for minimal gain, and I believe that was the Bulldog linebacker in on the rush quickly, Riker Bidwell. He had a standout game last week. Also, Wadis Ashman in on the stop.
We're seeing this Defiance team continue to lean on Tyshawn Freeman. They do so again there.
2nd and 9. Some motion for Defiance. Freeman, 4 carries, 17 yards. He's going to get his 5th carry here over the right side. Rumbling, pushing toward that sideline. Pipkins submarines him at the 48-yard line. And that's going to be a heavy dose of hitting him in his knees and shins to try to tackle him because, you know, he's every bit of 6 foot 240. A la Stephen Moses from Adrian College in the years past. It's another 3rd down for Defiance. It's going to be a snap back to Ambrose quickly, throwing that pass, and it's incomplete. Tight Bulldog coverage on that edge. Number 2, Anthony Bell making a play, the young freshman. But that throw was just off the mark as they were intended for, was that 88 on that reception. Incomplete.
Very quickly, we're seeing this game turn into one of field position, Ian, with both teams exchanging punts. And Yellow Jacket special teams unit comes out again with 9:14 left in this first quarter, trailing 7-0 to Adrian.
That was Charles Hollinsworth, the freshman from Middletown, Ohio, the intended receiver. And that snap is high. It's over the punter's head. He's going back and falls on it at the 16. A special teams disaster for Defiance, and that's going to be a Bulldog football in the red zone. Just a high snap for the Defiance long snapper. That's Lakata Hagenbow. Just sent it right over the punter's head.
Goodness. Another fortunate break for the Bulldogs. And Bolaños had to make the only decision he really could, which was to fall on the ball, but that sets up some extremely favorable field position for this Bulldog offense at the 23-yard line.
You wonder if the last punt, Calvin, where Adrian brought that pressure, had them thinking a little bit of what are we going to do on this attempt, and long snapper just sent it right over the punter's head.
Yeah, again, really making them think about it, and those are the little things of the game that you have to execute well in order to succeed.
Bulldogs fighting that play clock, and they did not get the playoff in time. The offense late to get on the field, and that's a delay of game on Adrian College. Backs them up outside the 20 to the 23. Unforced error right there.
Yeah, we saw an unforced error from the punt team for Defiance. See one now from the Bulldogs, albeit not quite as costly, but sets them up against the sticks here. 1st and 15 from now about the 23-yard line.
Brady Raymond today 2 for 3, 46 yards. He stands in the shotgun with Paterno. It's going to be a fake pitch. Brady brings it through the middle of that line, takes a hit, and is dropped for no gain. He faked the pitch to Paterno to his left, tried to cut it through the middle, and Defiance was right there for it.
Yeah, tough for Raymond to get anything going on that down, but you like the resilience, really fighting off the tackle, trying to stay up for as long as he could, and now it's 2nd and 14 as he picks up about a yard.
Now, last week, Raymond may have fumbled that football. You know, he was getting used to the college game. He got hit a couple times, put it on the turf. Ball control will be important for the young quarterback. He stands in there with the senior running back. It's going to be fake to Paterno. Raymond looking right. Brady's going to roll it, and he's going to run it down to the 20. Slips a tackle at the 15, lowers the shoulder down inside the 15, and a late flag flies in. we will see. It was sort of downfield as Raymond rushed for about 10 on the second down scamper.
Wonder if this is going to be a hold on the Bulldogs. But credit to Raymond, really creative, didn't see any passing options, so we'll head up the field and sets up a 3rd and short before this penalty flag is mediated. See what the call is. Referee's having a lengthy conference here to decide what the decision is.
They're not looking toward any coaching staff, and they're going to pick up the flag, so no penalty on that play. It'll be a 3rd and short, about 3 or 4 yards for the Bulldogs here. Off of the snap over the punter's head for Defiance, set them up 1st and 10. False start penalty made it 1st and 15, a short run and a long run for Brady Raymond. Big 3rd and 4 here if they can convert. But on the other side, big 3rd down if Defiance can force a field goal attempt. 3 receivers out left. Seslar, Poyer, and Kolaski, who has the touchdown today. Raymond's going to take it and run through the middle, gets maybe a couple, gives us a 4th down, and that run may be to, no, they're going to trot the field goal team out.
I think it's the right decision. On 4th and 4, just take the points, Ian. It's usually a good strategy.
Yeah, trying to go up 2 scores.
You always want to maximize the points you are able to score, but on 4th and 3, play the percentages, take the 3 points here.
Yeah, I think if it's 4th and 2 or 1, they're going for it. Instead, they send out Alec Milley, the sophomore. Not too much wind out there. Snap is good, hold is good, kick flutters in the air. It's into the back of the netting, and it is good. So the Bulldogs take the turnover and turn it into 3 points. It's Adrian College 10, Defiance College nothing, with 7:13 left in our opening quarter. We'll be back in 30 here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys, the Bulldogs, take a 10-0 lead. They turn that punt mishap for the Yellow Jackets and turn it into 3 points as they go 4 plays, 7 yards, and the field goal for Milley. The Bulldogs kick it off here. It's flying toward the end zone, and that's going to be in the back of the end zone. What a monster kickoff there for...
That was Ali Mansour who took that one for the Bulldogs. So we've seen Milley take the extra points and as well as that field goal on the previous drive, but Mansour with a boot sends that one through the back of the end zone.
As it stands, it's a 1st and 10 for Defiance. Ball at their own 25. 7:09 to go in our first quarter. Bulldogs in front here, 10-0. This is going to be a run, and that's going to be a Bulldog defensive stop. That line in the front, along with Wadis Ashman, makes the tackle on the first run of the afternoon for the backup tailback. That's Jacob Deisler.
And I want to make a correction. That was actually Jack Boyke that had the kickoff for the Bulldogs. He's a sophomore, also a member of the baseball team here at Adrian College.
I was rifling through my roster trying to find a number. Ambrose going to float it out there. He's going to be caught by the running back for about 6 yards. Deisler with the reception and the Bulldog tackle as Shea LaRue gave some pursuit. But Riker Bidwell, number 3 at middle linebacker, he's got a pretty thick frame, 6 foot 240, a sophomore. He's got big shoes to fill with Kyle Minder, gone due to graduation.
I'll tell you what, these football rosters always throw me for a loop. I'm used to hockey where every player only has one number. We had 2 number 30s, so you always got to make that judgment call. Which one is it?
Oh, yeah, and there's about 100 on here. Ambrose is going to look to run. He's going to get tackled for a minimal gain. Excellent job by that defensive front for the Bulldogs. I think it was 31 that jumped in there, and that is Camera Smith. the freshman, with a big tackle on 3rd and short, and the Bulldogs force a punt once again.
Yeah, and we're seeing why Smith is trusted to be a starter in this Bulldog defense as a young freshman, making a key play at a pivotal time.
Approaching 5.5 left in our opening quarter. It's Adrian College 10, Defiance College nothing. So Bulldogs have brought pressure on the first punt. The second punt, the snap went over his head. This snap is much better. And here's the kick away. It's going to be returnable for Donovan McCary right at the 38. McCary to the edge looking for it. He can't get there. What a good special teams tackle for number 32 on Defiance, and that's going to be Anthony Sutherland, the freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, and you said it. That's a huge tackle for Sutherland because McCary, if he's able to break out to the outside there, he's going to pick up maybe 10, 15 more yards, but Sutherland stopped him in his tracks there by wrapping up the ankle as well. That's all it takes to bring guys down.
Bulldogs start their third possession. The first one started at the 50, the second one at their 29. This one, the third one at the Defiance 18. This is the fourth Bulldog possession, and it will start at their own 37, 1st and 10 for Raymond and company. Sounds like a TV show. Brady is going to take this snap with Paterno in his backfield. It's going to be a fake run, throw to Kolaski. Kolaski gets a block at the 40, 45-50. Ben cuts it back inside into Defiance territory. He's getting swarmed over by Yellow Jackets, but not before a 15-yard gain and a Bulldog first down. Give credit to Cole Sesslar with a block on that near side. The wide receiver sprung Kolaski free.
Yeah, Sessler with a big block. Kolaski continues his nice afternoon for the Bulldogs, as so far he's had 46 receiving yards, probably into the 60s now with that catch.
He has the lone Bulldog touchdown, a pass from Brady Raymond. 4:44 to go in the first. It's 10-0 AC. Raymond is going to throw on play action. Brady rolls to the left, looking to the sideline, eludes a tackler, and he lost a couple yards. But that's some growth from week 1 to week 2. Week 1, he probably would have tried to throw that football. Nice choice by the young quarterback.
Raymond really just looks calm in the backfield. He's not forcing anything. He's making the smart decision. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just run out of bounds towards the line of scrimmage and not risk that play downfield.
It will go down as a sack for the Yellow Jackets offense. 2nd down and 13 from the Yellow Jackets 47. 2 receivers stacked far side to the right, one alone and down to our left. Raymond's going to fake a run, throw it deep, going for Townsend. Keontae dives, he can't quite make that catch. Diving at the 20, there's a flag as Raymond got popped at the end of that play. And we'll see what this call is.
Looks like it might have been a late hit from Cody Johnson the second there after Raymond released the ball.
Give him credit for getting pressure, but in today's college football, you have to be always aware. And they're going to call actually a Bulldog hold on the play. It's going to go on Nathan Bennett. So Brady takes a hit and a hold. They're going to decline the penalty, and will be a 3rd and long. And the Bulldogs bring out some speed. Into the Adrian backfield is number 0. That is not Donovan McCary. There's another number 0 somewhere.
It's Chris Crumsey.
Thank you. Will be a 3rd and 13. Yellow Jackets show some pressure initially. Raymond is going to stand back and look to throw. Brady's going to step up, throw it deep. He's going for Poyer, and it's incomplete. Overthrew him by just that much. Credit to Raymond for standing in there, and there's a Yellow Jacket down on the field. And they'll take an injury timeout. So give credit to Defiance as their offense sort of sputters. The defense is going to force a punt here.
That's Javen Gaines down for Defiance, and I think we'll step aside as he gets attended to here, Ian.
We'll be back. We'll take a 60-second timeout. It's Adrian 10, Defiance nothing. 3:52 left in our opening quarter. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network as the Defiance College defensive lineman can jog off to the sideline. That's always a good sign, as the Adrian College offense goes one play for a chunk play and then 3 plays and out. We'll see Sammy Lafana for his second punt of the afternoon. First one was a solid kick, but a very good return on the other end of it. And back deep for Defiance will be number 6, Tawan Rome, the junior from Louisiana. Sammy Lafana from the Bloomfield Hills area awaits this snap. Snap down at his knees, corrals it, boots this one. It's going to land inside the 15, inside the 10. Can the Adrian defense coverage get to it? No. It'll go down as a touchback. I mean, there's a rocket strapped to Lafana's left leg. He sends that thing a mile, about 60 yards in the air from where he kicked it, but will be a touchback.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there if special teams was able to get there in time and to down it inside the 10. The issue there is just ball didn't quite have enough hang time for them to get down there and stop it from rolling into the end zone. So good break for Defiance. They start at their own 20.
This is the 5th Defiance possession. They start from their 20. It's going to be a first down give, a little jet sweep action to the edge. Bulldogs sniffing out after a 5-yard rush out there for Rome, who was out there returning punts. He's got the carry for first down.
Yeah, Rome's really just a prominent athlete for this Defiance offense. He's really quick, so props to the Bulldogs for clogging things up and not giving him open grass to run into.
Quickly here on second down, Ambrose going to throw. It's going to be caught by the big tight end, and really a big-time hit. No surprise there for Wadis Ashman. That's going to be close to a Defiance first down, but a good catch and run for the big man, number 13, on that play for Defiance College, the tight end Cole Recker. Give Defiance a 1st and 10 on the spot right at the 30.
I think Recker got wrecked by Ashman there with
He
lowering
did.
the boom there with the hit.
He is a defensive hit stick. Number 8.
Ashman's a much smaller guy than Recker as well.
Yeah, he's lurking in that linebacking core. It's a run up the middle for Freeman, bouncing off Bulldog tacklers. That's a low center of gravity and a flag late as his helmet comes flying off.
Yeah, Tyshawn Freeman was not too happy coming up after his helmet got ripped off. Tough to see what happened there in the pileup. I guess we'll find out.
I mean, he is every bit of 240.
If I had to guess, it'd be a face mask on the Bulldog defense here. They're looking for anything they can grab onto to bring him down.
Exactly. As it was a first down carry of about 7. We'll get the call right here. And that is the call. It's a defensive face mask on Wadis Ashman. So that's a 15-yard walk-off after the decent rush by Freeman. And for him on the afternoon, he is clearly their team leader in rushing as he has 7 rushes, 28 yards. No big explosive plays yet. 2 backs in the backfield with Ambrose in the shotgun. Bulldogs show pressure off the edge. They bring it. It's a run. Slipping through to that second level, down to the Adrian College 40 goes number 25. That is Jacob Deisler. Quickly to the line at the Adrian 40. 2:12 to go in the opening quarter. 10-0 Bulldogs. Ambrose with Wadis Ashman coming on that blitz.
He's
They'll
chomping
back
at
him
the
off.
bit.
Yeah, he is. They're going to run a late substitution. 18 seconds left on this play clock. Plenty of time.
It feels like a late substitution because they rushed to the line of scrimmage, but really they had plenty of time.
That's right. 9 to go on this play clock. Ambrose is going to take it, run it through the middle. That's a Defiance first down and more. Slips through at the 25, 20, 15 to the sideline, 10, and he gets wrestled down inside the 5. And that is a 36, 37-yard rush for the Defiance quarterback. Best run of the day by far.
Jordan Ambrose, huge play for his team there. They're going to hurry up again.
1st and 10 Defiance from the Adrian 2. Ambrose, he's caught in the middle, and he gets taken down for a loss. The Adrian defensive lineman, Camera Smith, the freshman, with the play. 2nd and goal now, back at about the 4.
Another big tackle in the backfield from Smith. And I also want to credit on defense for the Bulldogs. It was Sean Tolbert that hustled to bring down Ambrose to prevent the touchdown. 2nd and goal from the 3 for Defiance.
Bulldogs holding on to a 10-0 lead here, late stages. Opening quarter, we're now under a minute.
Should be the last play of the first quarter here.
There's another substitution for Defiance with 9 on the play clock. They bring in an extra tight end. Ambrose will go under center. He's going to take that snap, turn, give it off to Freeman. Freeman versus McCary, and he's in for the Defiance touchdown. Freeman bounced it to the edge. Too much to handle for one Bulldog secondary man, and the Yellow Jackets are on the board late in the opening quarter.
First touchdown of the season from the sophomore Freeman. And I think everybody knew what Defiance was going to do here, especially after they brought in the extra tight end. And even, Freeman able to keep moving even after he was wrapped up by McCary, just driving his way to the house there to make it a 10-6 ball game.
They even pulled an offensive lineman, Andre Almore, the senior from Mableton, Georgia. The extra point is going to go up, and it's going to go through. All right, we have a field goal game here at Docking Family Stadium. 41 seconds left in this opening quarter. It's now Adrian College 10, Defiance College 7. We'll pause 30 seconds. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. 17 points divided between Adrian and Defiance. It's 10-7 AC here on the Adrian College Sports Network. I'm Ian Wentz alongside Calvin Keys, our executive director, Megan Abbey, director Alex Herman, and engineer Laura Witkowski. 41 seconds left in this opening quarter off the Defiance touchdown run for Freeman.
Here's Sanchez again to kick it away for the Yellow Jackets.
And he will send it down. It's a wobbler, bounces at the 15. It can be picked up there. And they're going to stop play. Did they waive for a fair catch?
Interesting.
Somebody must have. So they do say it was a fair catch called for. So they're going to place it way back at the 15. So a second kickoff return miscue for Adrian College after the opening kickoff was a surprise onside kick. So this offense backed up deep right at the 15.
Yeah, Ben Koloski's not happy with the call. He had quite the gap to shoot upfield, but it's going to come back, and unfavorable field position for the Bulldogs at their own 15 to start this drive. Same old in the backfield for the Bulldogs right now. It's the tried and true pairing of Raymond and Paterno back there.
Yeah, we have not seen Anthony Greer yet in this football game. Raymond is in the shotgun. He stands at his 10. It's going to be a pitch play to Paterno. Paterno trying the right side to the sideline, and that's it. Not much, if anything, for the Bulldog running back. And, Calvin, last week we saw Paterno average about 4 yards a carry. The Defiance defense is really clued in on the Bulldog tailback.
Yeah, I think they saw the film of the tendencies of this Bulldog offense, what they like to do with Paterno. You see there as Paterno's rolling out to the right, there's just no one in front of him clearing space. Tough to gain yards on the play when there's just no gap in front of you. Defiance defense read that play call like a book.
Clock running inside 20 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Everyone up close to the line for Defiance. They run a safety back. Raymond fakes a run. Brady looking right, now looking middle, throws it up there. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. jumping in front of the Adrian receiver was Defiance's number 7, Vashawn Palmer, as the Bulldogs were looking for
Crumsey.
Yes. That'll be a 3rd down and 10. And if Defiance can get off the field here, guaranteed some decent field position to start their next drive.
I don't think Crumsey knew where the ball was because he just kept running and set up a potential pick on the play, but ball falls down to the turf, and we get another 3rd and 10 here. Final play of the first quarter.
Both teams 0 for 3 on 3rd down this afternoon. Will we see our first conversion? Raymond feeling pressure. He's going to roll to the right. There's a hold in the back end of the play. Brady's going to step up at the 15 and get walloped right there, and a flag on the play.
Are we going to see targeting there?
I would think that's a consideration, Calvin, as Brady got hit once and then hit again up high. But certainly a Bulldog hold in the backfield, but not a smart move by the Defiance defensive player on the end of that play.
Especially when you know it's their quarterback, right? The referees are already looking to protect the quarterback, and Raymond's not giving himself up at all. So you have rights to make a hit on the play, but it looked like the target, especially from the second guy coming in for the Yellow Jackets, was a little bit high.
And referee conference here. We'll see if they pick this flag up. The last time they had a long talk, they picked up a flag.
That's a big call because that could be the difference from the Bulldogs punting or this drive continuing, especially as we saw that holding flag in the backfield.
That might be the point of discussion here, is there is a flag on the play. Do you count that hit after the play or during the play? Do they cancel out? How do you assess both penalties, as they're going to go over to both coaches and explain exactly what's going on? Jim Deere got a bird's eye view of it, standing about 10, 15 yards from his young quarterback.
Oh, so there was no penalty called on the defense at all?
So they assess a holding on Adrian College.
What just happened?
And they're going to call the hold on 72.
Just going to disregard the flag that came down on the near side here?
Badansky, the right tackle, apparently pick up the late flag on the hit on Brady Raymond. So we're going to go to the second quarter. Adrian up here 10-7 here after 1 quarter of play. You're tuned in to Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. The opening play of the second quarter will be a Sammy LaFada punt, as the Bulldogs are looking at a 4th and 8 after the holding penalty declined and a second phantom flag picked up. Here's LaFada. The punt is blocked. Yellow Jackets block it. Who's going to recover it? The Yellow Jackets will. They're going to go in for a Defiance touchdown, I do believe. It was picked up and they ran it in. It should be a Yellow Jacket touchdown. No signal yet.
My goodness.
The LaFada punt blocked picked up by Defiance at the 2, and they take it in for the score. And it's the Yellow Jackets in front, 13-10.
Boy, that is just a mistake you cannot make, especially deep in your own half of the football field. And just like that, the Yellow Jackets, out of nowhere, have taken the lead in this game.
You know, it's been special teams blunders for the Bulldogs. Adrian was starting the last possession at their 15 because of a fair catch call on the kickoff from Defiance. So they fair caught it at the 15, set them back, offense sputters. Now the special teams get a punt blocked. The extra point is up away, and it's good. Now it's Defiance 14, Adrian 10 here at Docking Family Stadium. So they end the quarter with a good play for the Yellow Jackets, start the second quarter with an even better play, and a punt block return for a touchdown.
It's just so quick that the momentum can change in a football game. And it, like you said, it's all about execution. Even another special teams blunder we saw was the Bulldogs unprepared for that onside kick at the beginning of the game. So Yellow Jackets have really won the special teams battle, and that's why they lead 14-10 right now. Despite, you could argue, the Bulldogs have had more success on offense.
I'll get confirmation on who recovered that kick. I thought it was Dejan Bethel, the senior defensive back from Florida, but as soon as we get that from our sports information department, we will let you know, as there was a massive humanity. It was a meeting at the punter. There were multiple people in on Sammy Lafana. The snap was a good one. The kick was going to be good, but boy, a blocked punt leads to a touchdown for Defiance, and they're going to send this off. Kolaski deep, Ezekiel Sanchez to boot it away for the visiting Yellow Jackets.
It was really a feel-good first quarter for the Bulldogs, and that punt block really throws a wrench in the Bulldogs' success so far in this first half.
Here's a shallow kick. It's going to be picked up at the Adrian College 9. It's going to be sent back up near the 20, and a big-time hit. Thomas on that kickoff return, and it's going to be right about the 19. There's a Yellow Jacket slow to get up, and that looks to be number 1 for Defiance.
Isaiah Watts is down for them.
As there was a big-time collision at the Bulldog 20. We're going to take a 30-second timeout as they tend to the Yellow Jacket. It's now Defiance. Oh, never mind. We'll keep it here. He got up very quickly.
Little fake out.
Yep. That happens once or twice a game.
The fans at home are already ready to take a bathroom break or grab some snacks from the kitchen. And
yep.
We'll stay here.
Absolutely. So he's going to be helped off with members of the Yellow Jackets training staff. It's an Adrian College 1st and 10 at their 19. Bulldogs scored their touchdown off of a A.J. Pipkins interception brought back to the 50. They scored on that one, and then a short drive to convert on a field goal. Other than that, not too much for really either offense. Adrian goes from their own 19, 1st and 10. 14:43 before halftime. Raymond will take the snap. He's going to give it off to Paterno. Paterno weaving through some Yellow Jackets. Good for about 6, maybe 7. Nice running for Paterno.
Yeah, Paterno, nice little scamper there. Eventually brought down by Cody Johnson the second. Really good to see Paterno start to get involved. That's what we want to see. Keep mixing Paterno into the offense along with the pass game that they've been successful with.
I'm following 74 Nate Bennett, the left tackle for the Bulldogs. He's a ground and pound machine. Brady's going to throw it, looking for Keontae Townsend. Turns around and tries to make a catch.
No
Bulldog
flag.
fans say he was interfered with. There's a flag from the
There we go.
far side judge. And there was the
I think the biggest
the side
testament
judge.
to that pass interference call is the fact that Townsend's left pad is sticking out of his jersey. I mean, the DB there, I think that was Daniel Boudoir in coverage. Didn't even look back at the ball. He was completely playing Townsend there, and that's the right call.
Little outside shoulder fade. The side judge didn't throw the flag. The head linesman from way back behind the play threw the flag. He must have had a better look at it. It'll be an Adrian 1st down. Marching back 15, and Calvin Havin, number 3, Keontae Townsend, is a big difference maker for this Adrian offense.
Yeah, even just drawing the flag there with the deep threat that he presents Really good route by Townsend. Boudoir's done a good job of covering him, but we saw there just a forced error from Townsend, who had really burned him around the outside with his speed and was poised to make that catch.
All right, so from the 19 all the way to the 41. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Opening minute, second quarter. They trail now 14-10. Brady Raymond will take this snap and run directly to the right. Now dancing through the middle. Now back to the right. Not much, maybe 2 for the freshman from Pinckney. Again, I'm going to draw comparisons to last week just to see the growth from him. Just a freshman QB. Last week he coughed up a football in a similar situation. A short run to the right, put it on the turf. This game, very good ball security so far from the young man.
Yeah, he's been impressive. It's been a big bounce-back performance early on in this game.
And the Yellow Jackets jump offside. A free play for the Bulldogs. Throws it up to Townsend. Oh, he caught it!
No, he did
way! Oh, incomplete pass. And some jawing back and forth between the Yellow Jacket corner and the Bulldog receiver and bench. It's number 3 out there, Dejan Bethel in coverage. Number 9, excuse me, that was
Boudoir
Daniel
again.
Boudoir, yes. And that's going to be a offside on Defiance. It was a free play, and Raymond just chucked it up there for Townsend. He almost had it. I thought he caught it, but wrestled away by Boudoir.
Yeah, normally that's not a throw you want to see Raymond make, but if you've got the free play, hurl it down there, see what happens. That's what he did. Good read.
Yeah, but 2nd and 3 here for the Adrian offense. Operating here, down 4 at home. Raymond takes the snap, throws out. He's got his running back open. He wasn't ready for it, though.
Just a little bit behind Crumsey there.
Yeah, just a tad. But if he were back looking for it, maybe he could have made an adjustment. Would have been a tough catch for the young freshman wide out.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen Crumsey running his route, but not actually. I don't think he was prepared for the football to be thrown his way yet. Just wasn't looking back and sets up a manageable 3rd and 3, but a big down here for the Bulldogs trying to respond after that special teams error on their previous drive.
That's right. They need the Defiance 49. Football resting at the Adrian 48. 3rd and short. Raymond will give to Paterno, slips one tackle, going through the line. He's very close to that line to gain. I think they'll give it to him. They're going to move the chains for a first down. And that's something I've noticed, Calvin, over the years. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they bring out and they measure that. Last couple years, they've been very liberal with spots. Not sure, if he got it by the nose of the football or not. That was extremely close, and they give the benefit of the doubt to the offense.
Yeah, Paterno just such a reliable back in those situations where you need 3 yards. Just hand it to the big fella, and he'll crush his way through for the first down as he did there.
Paterno really sort of a 3rd option last year in the Adrian backfield. Paterno gets swallowed under in the backfield for a short loss. Got his helmet ripped off. Looking for a call. On the tackle for Defiance was the linebacker Brian Murat, the senior. As Paterno gets his lid back on. Now we're going to see Anthony Greer. I believe it's the first time we've seen young Greer. I say young, he's a junior. Young in terms of snaps on the offense.
Young compared to Paterno, I guess.
Yeah, young compared to me. Everyone's young here compared to me.
He's old compared to me. And
Okay, yeah, it's all perspective. We're approaching 12 minutes left in this opening half. It's Defiance 14, Adrian 10. Ball at the Defiance 49, so no gain for Paterno on first down. Raymond in the gun with Greer. It's going to be a run for Greer. Just lowers the shoulder, drives the pile down to the 45. Solid run for the junior tailback. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
good run from Greer, and it looks like they're going to keep him in here for that next down. I'm really interested to keep an eye on number 42 for the Yellow Jackets that we see on our screen right now. That's Richard Pope IV, their edge rusher. He came up a little bit gingerly about 2 downs ago, but he's staying out there. Looks like could be one of those ankles, so we'll see how that storyline develops moving forward. Looks to be okay, though.
Yes, Adrian on the day, 1 for 5 on 3rd down. This a 3rd and 6, and there's a whistle, and that's going to be a Bulldog timeout as offensive coordinator Harry Bailey will refer to his sheet. and they'll talk things over. Bulldogs a big third down here in the second quarter. 11:08 to go in it. It's Defiance 14, Adrian 10. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network, and welcome back Josiah Durrell to our broadcast. He's our director now, as Megan Abbey will switch responsibilities here this afternoon. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd and 6 at the Defiance 45 off of the timeout. Paterno back in the ball game at running back. Raymond in the shotgun. He's going to take, looking middle, throws to the outside. It's going to be intercepted. What a diving interception by the Defiance defensive back, Jalen Red. The senior dives in front of the Bulldog receiver. And a mistake. Not sure if it was by Raymond or the Bulldog wideout. So he was looking for Kolaski or Seslar down on that side. He was going for Kolaski. Just an underthrow.
Another underthrown ball we've seen a couple times from Raymond. Comes back to bite him in the foot there as Red has the interception. Second pick we've seen of this game. First for the Yellow Jackets, as A.J. Pipkins had one in the first quarter for the Bulldogs.
Ambrose and company, like 6 men in motion. Looked like Canadian football as they're going to march Defiance back 5 yards. Normally you see 2 in motion, but that was 3 or 4.
I think they called it on 52 there who jumped, but I think that was one of those situations where you could have
call
said.
the lineman on that?
They always nail the lineman, don't they?
Yeah, always just.
No love for the lineman.
Yeah, the big guy did it. Got the 4 wide receivers moving too. It'll be a 1st and 15 for Ambrose and company.
I was hoping we were going to get one of those false starts, everyone but the center type calls
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Ambrose, he's going to throw it quickly to the flat. Big time hit. Pipkins on the reception down there for Defiance was 26. Hurt. Kari Hurt. Might be hurting after that one. As a big stop by Pipkins. Pipkins, a bigger physical corner. We saw that last year from this Bulldog secondary. 2nd and 13 to go the Yellow Jackets from their own 30. 10.5 to go in the half. Bulldogs down 14-10. It's going to be a fake run. Ambrose going to take it up the middle, a fake handoff, I should say. It's an actual run for Ambrose. Shea LaRue escorts him into a host of Bulldogs. And I think 96, we're going to give him some credit. Jacob Smith, the sophomore defensive lineman, as he's going to jog off the field here after making a play. All right, big third down for this Adrian defense now. Defiance on the afternoon, 0 for 3 on third down. Under 10 to go in this first half. All 6'2" of Jordan Ambrose calling out the play to his offensive line. They need their own 43. Ambrose, he's going to look to throw. Now he's going to tuck it. Chased by Shea LaRue. Throws it toward the sideline. It's going to be caught about a yard short of the first down, up to the 42. What a concentration catch for number 6 out there, Jawan Rome. Now Defiance is going to go for this on 4th and short.
What a throw by Jordan Ambrose on the run, able to find Rome.
Ambrose is going to give, and he's got the first down. The 4th down conversion up to their 45.
Goodness. Against all odds, Ambrose with the big man LaRue in his face on the run, picks out his top target in Tawan Rome, and that was a toe tap catch on that far sideline, Ian. Impressive stuff from the Yellow Jacket offense.
That was Hurt picking up the 4th down. Now it's 1st and 10, Defiance at their own 45. It's going to be a turn, fake. Ambrose going to roll. Shea LaRue applies pressure, and it's incomplete. Going for the big-bodied tight end, Cole Recker, the senior wideout, 2nd and 10. You know, Ambrose throwing the ball hasn't been fantastic, but his threat of running the football has been good. He is 5 of 8 today with 1 interception, only 33 yards passing, but rushing the football, Ambrose leads the team with 52 yards.
And that was Ambrose's best play of the game so far a couple of downs ago. That's a drive-saving reception there.
2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets with the football and the lead. Ambrose is going to fake a run. Oh, and he gets hit in the backfield. What a big-time play as he snuck a handoff in to Hurt as Ambrose got hit as well. Nice run up there by Hurt. Bringing up a 3rd down and 3 right at the 49.5.
You know, that was interesting from Ambrose. I don't know if that was the play design. He initially faked the pitch, took it himself, and then when the contact came, I think that was improvisation to just pitch it off to his running back there.
Hurt going to go out in motion. Ambrose throws over the middle, caught. 1st down, Yellow Jackets. They find Recker, the tight end, and the Bulldogs down on the tackle as they bring the trainers out right away. And that's Donovan McCary, I believe, down on the turf for Adrian. We're going to step aside. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Bulldogs down 4 here on defense. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network. Back here on the Adrian College Sports Network, Donovan McCary walks off with little assistance. Some great news for Adrian College. Freeman with the run for Defiance. He's down inside the Bulldog 40 on a 1st and 10 rush of about 7 or 6 yards. The Yellow Jackets here moving with the lead here, 14-10, 8:20 to go in our 2nd quarter.
Yeah, good to see McCary get up and walk off the field under his own power because that's a pretty crucial member of this Bulldog defense.
Ambrose, he's going to give the tailback over the middle, meets his man, Shea LaRue, and Shea making his presence felt on that Bulldog defense. Gain of nothing, probably lost a yard for the backup tailback, and that was Jacob Deisler.
Sets up a 3rd and 5 where the Bulldogs trailing by 4 here. It would be great for them to be able to get a stop.
See what kind of energy this home crowd brings to this defense. Defiance 1 for 4 on 3rd down. Their 1 conversion earlier on this drive. Or excuse me, no, they're still 0 for 4. Converted a 4th down. Can they get a stop on 3rd? Ambrose, he's going to tuck it and run. Adrian's right there, and they take him down for minimal gain. Looked like Randall Broom and Shea LaRue. First time we've really mentioned Randall's name today. He was great last week at Elmhurst.
Big play from the big fella. Broom cleaning up shop there on 3rd down. Sweeps aside Jordan Ambrose.
All right, Defiance is going to go for this here on 4th down. Under 7 minutes to go in this opening half. It's a 4th and 6 at the Bulldog 38. They converted a 4th and 1 earlier on this drive. Ambrose will take the snap. He looks to throw. Can't find anybody open. Being chased around. Pops it up over the middle, and it's picked off! A Bulldog interception. It's a turnover either way. There's flags all over the field. We'll assess that. But for Adrian on the interception, that's Sean Tolbert with the pick. They're going to look and see what all these flags are. But before they do that, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
See that one coming from a mile away.
All right, we're back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Adrian's offense is set to take the field, but not after we sort the laundry out here at Kaepernick Insurance Field, Docking Family Stadium. My name is Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside, as we take a look again at that fourth down play.
Ambrose was under pressure here. We see multiple guys getting in his face and then just has to air it out, and it comes right to Sean Tolbert, literally fell into his lap. If we could look at that one more time, I'd love to try to figure out what that call was on the play.
There's a flag far side at the 25, flag near side at the 35.
Looks like that was the interception earlier from Raymond that he threw right to the strong safety Red.
It was a 4th and 6.
Keep an eye on the top of your
here
screen
we get
here.
The call.
Interesting.
Are you serious?
Goodness me.
So we have offsetting holding penalties during the play.
And
As
it's
that would
Shea
stand,
LaRue.
it would be replay the down. Then, and after the play penalty on Adrian unsportsmanlike, moves the Defiance offense down for a 1st and 10.
Yeah.
So Adrian went from interception, we have the football, to 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets, 15 yards closer.
What a swing that is. I think, and the penalty was on Shea LaRue for the unsportsmanlike. He's a vocal leader
Probably
for this
because
Bulldog team, but sometimes he can just let his emotions get the best of him. But I'm not sure what
Well, it's probably because he was
transpired.
held. He was probably letting out that frustration. Boy, Bulldogs need to find something here. 6.5 to go in the first half. Down 14-10. It's going to be a run. Good for about 3 for the Defiance running back, Jacob Deisler.
Couple of guys in on the tackle there for the Bulldogs. You had LaRue, as well as looked like he got some help on the play there from Cameron Dean.
Excuse me, that was Hurt with the carry. 26, not 25. As they bring in Freeman, Tyshawn Freeman into the backfield with Ambrose. They send Hurt in motion. It's going to be a jet give to Hurt. Hurt trying to get the edge. He can't. He finds a Bulldog defender who throws him down for a loss on the play. Great job for Adrian's 34 making the tackle. Bo Ganop. Big loss on 2nd down.
And Ganop, the freshman, sniffed out the run from Kari Hurt, chucked him down onto the turf. 3rd and long.
Another 3rd down for the Adrian defense. Can they get off the field?
It's all about discipline here, Ian.
It must be. Personal foul will put Defiance at a 1st and 10. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 14 from the Bulldog 27. It's 14-10 Defiance. Ambrose is going to roll to the right. Ambrose looking, throws that way, caught, short of the line, hit right away by, I believe it was Rome with the catch. Can't quite grab the Adrian College number. It may have been Pipkins on the stop.
Rome's 2nd catch of the day. And you have to imagine Defiance is going to go for it here again. They went for it on about 4th and 6 on the previous set of downs. And
Anthony Bell got the stop.
in much
Number
better
2.
position now. Yeah, it's been good to see Bell make some plays with the absence of Donovan McCary. And Andrew Thomas now.
Yeah, another 4th down for Defiance. They converted one via rush, one via penalty. Ambrose, the quarterback, looks in. He's in the shotgun with Freeman, under 8 to go on the play clock, and I think Defiance will call a timeout here and talk things over, and that is exactly what they'll do with 4 and 10 to go in this opening half, as it's 14-10 Defiance. Calvin, this is a 4th and 8, a little different than a 4th and 2, 4th and 1.
Yeah, different approach, right? You have to imagine that Defiance is going to go the aerial route here. I think we're going to see some more like prevent type coverage for the Bulldogs, really just guarding that 1st down marker. You don't care if they pick up 4 or 5 yards because it'll be a turnover on down. So, again, just having that discipline, not giving up the big play. And then also, I mean, we've seen a couple times in this game where the Bulldogs have been able to actually make a stop, but it's really just their emotions or a small miscue like a face mask penalty or something of that nature that's really aided their opponents. So really want to make sure the referees are keeping their flags in their pockets here on this 4th down play.
Yes, Ambrose has not really burned the Bulldogs through the air. He is just 7 of 11 for 48 yards with 1 interception. His long is 10 on the day. Leading receiver is Rome as they look to pick this one up. It's 4th and 8 from the Adrian College 21. Crowd getting loud here at Docking Stadium. Ambrose alone in the pocket, looks middle, throws. It's tipped, and it's incomplete. Making the play, Sean Tolbert once again from his safety position. Defiance finally turns it over, and the Adrian defense can jog to the sideline.
You know, Tolbert's interception earlier on was nixed because of the flag on the play, but he makes another crucial play here on defense. You see Ambrose looking over the middle again for Rome, and Tolbert says, no, sir, gets a strong right hand to it. It's the Bulldogs football.
Just jumped right in front of the would-be receiver. Now the Adrian offense with a chance to put points on the scoreboard. Football 1st and 10 at their own 21 with 4:05 to go in this opening half. And be sure to tune in for our halftime report. A lot to break down in the opening 30 minutes. Brady Raymond, the quarterback, takes, fakes, throws deep. He's got a man open. Seslar caught it right on that Defiance sideline. Big pickup of 20-plus for an Adrian 1st down. They did a fake screen. Seslar shot up through the sideline, and a nice throw by Raymond.
Yeah, after a couple of overthrows or inaccurate throws from Raymond, really hit Seslar right on the money. He finds the senior wide receiver, and that's a big pickup.
Cole sort of not 100% to the sideline, but a big catch for the big wide receiver for the Bulldogs. His 1st and 10 is from the 43. In the game at wide receiver for Adrian is Braden Jewell. He's out wide. Yellow Jackets bring more into the box. It's a run for Paterno. Slips 1 tackle, now a second toward the Defiance sideline, up over the 45. He's near the 47 for a decent pickup on 1st down. Clock rolling here. 3:21 left in the opening half. 14-10 at Defiance on a blocked punt. Return for a touchdown. So 2nd down and 6. Football at the 47. A new running back is checking in the game for Adrian today. It's going to be Tajay Moore. He's a sophomore. 3 receivers bunched up to the right. 1 alone to the left. Raymond is going to give off to the running back. He's going to meet a tackler and get taken down for a short gain, maybe a yard. Brings up a 3rd and 5, under 3 to go in the 1st half.
Yeah, Bulldogs just with a little bit of a slow and steady approach here. And Defiance again just mitigating that run game for Adrian. Sets up a challenging 3rd and 5 here, and the Bulldogs haven't been great on 3rd down so far in this game.
I believe just 1 conversion this afternoon. 1 out of 6. Raymond looking at a 3rd and 5. Brady takes, looks, steps up, has some space at the 50, spins into a hit near the 1st down. He looks to be a half yard short. And decision time for Coach Deere and the Bulldog offense. That's another week 1 to week 2 improvement run for Brady Raymond. Able to take a couple hits, roll ahead for another yard.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from, in this modern age of football, you need quarterbacks who are not just able to hang out in the pocket when they see the pocket collapsing on them. They need to be able to scramble and improvise, and that's what Raymond did there, really finding a nice pickup to make this a manageable 4th down for the Bulldogs. This is their 4th attempt on 4th down to try and find a conversion in this game.
And Coach Deere standing right next to the linesman. Let this play clock run down, call a timeout. With 1:17 left in our 2nd quarter, Bulldogs down by 4 here at home, 14-10 to Defiance College. We'll step aside, a 4th down upcoming. We'll be back in 30. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
And thank you for tuning in to the Adrian College Sports Network. My name is Ian Wentz, Calvin Keys alongside. Both teams here looking for win number 1 in the 2023 campaign, the Adrian College Bulldogs and the Defiance College Hornets, Yellow Jackets. It's a 4th and 1. Adrian at the 48, they need the 47. It's about half a yard away. Brady Raymond lines up in the shotgun. Is running back to his side. Everyone up toward that line of scrimmage. Give to Paterno. Needs a half yard. I think he got it.
Oh, boy, this is going to be close.
He needed a half yard. He got a yard. No worry. No need to measure. First down, Bulldogs. Got the forward momentum. They followed that left side, the place where Nate Bennett likes to hang out.
Paterno needs to get his helmet tightened. Second time it's popped off so far in this game. Get some new straps on that sucker.
He's running too hard. And they need to wait for something. They getting the chains set. Officials stop and play. Not sure.
We're going to see TJ Moore again here for the Bulldogs. I wonder if Anthony Greer is healthy, if they just like what they've seen from Moore this week in practice. But it's really interesting. We saw a lot of Anthony Greer last week. We've not seen a lot of him today.
That's correct. They changed the clock here at Docking Stadium to 1 minute and 3 seconds, so they put good 10 seconds back on the clock.
And a 4-receiver set here. Look for Raymond to take a shot downfield with less than a minute left in the first half.
Clock rolling. Bulldogs down 4. Raymond, he'll drop straight back, look middle, throws, tips, and threw a couple of hands. And incomplete, going for Tyler Poyer. And it went right through the Defiance corner's hands. Number 8 had a chance at it. That was Brian Moran, actually a linebacker. I think number 9 was in there as well as Boudoir. It's a scary pass. Not only was it incomplete, but it was nearly picked off. Should have been caught about
Poyer's
3 times.
got to catch that ball.
Calvin, it should have been caught 3 times.
There's 3 different guys that had to play at that ball, and none of them able to bring it in. Luckily for the Bulldogs.
I'll say if I had a chance, I would not have caught that.
Easy
Especially from this side where we're clearly safely out of bounds. Bulldogs looking at a 2nd and long, play clock winding down. And they don't get the playoff, or I guess they do. Raymond steps up into the pocket. Brady gets into the grasp of a defender, goes down for a yard.
And we saw the wheels turn in for Raymond there as he's bringing down. It looked like he wanted to try to let go of it, but I'm like, Brady, hold on to that football. Go down with it.
Well, an interesting development on the far sideline. Flag was thrown at the Defiance 31.5. Some issues on the far side of that field. This could be big with 39 seconds left. There's a 3rd down and 9 upcoming, but some little extracurriculars will get the call. And it's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct called against Defiance. Anthony Sutherland, the guilty party, number 32, that far side defender. That's a huge 15-yard walk-off. Goes from 3rd and 9 to 1st and 10.
Yeah, penalties have had quite the impact on this game this afternoon, haven't they? We've seen multiple drives extended by players just unable to stay disciplined and taking a poor unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 39 seconds left on the clock here in this first half.
Bulldogs at the 30. Raymond will take this snap, looking to throw. Throws it up. He's going for his man Kolaski. It's picked off. No, he dropped it at the last moment. A little bit of an underthrow, and he was going for Kolaski. Daniel Boudoir nearly had a pick inside the Bulldog 5. He went to the ground, and he couldn't hold on.
Boudoir has got to be kicking himself because he had that football. I don't know how he lost it. It was sitting right in his lap and then just I guess just fumbled the bag there.
When he went to the ground. You see it with receivers all the time. They got to complete that whole process.
Yep.
Bourgeois nearly did. As it stands now, it's a 2nd and 10 at the Defiance 30.
Bulldogs
32 seconds left in the half.
really dodged a bullet there.
Brady Raymond stands in the shotgun with Paterno. His running back. 2 receivers right, 1 left. It's going to be a run fake. Raymond, nowhere to throw initially. Rolling to his left. Brady going to tuck it and run. Elude a tackle at the 25, down to the 21. Clock rolling with 20 seconds left, and there's a timeout on the field. Coach Jim Deere for Adrian will take it.
I'm shocked Brady Raymond didn't get to the sideline there. He had the opportunity to get to the sideline and preserve the timeouts, but instead decided to cut upfield for the extra yardage. I don't blame him. You're trying to advance up the gridiron, but at the same time, it would be nice if he's just able to coast off to that sideline, preserve a couple timeouts, and then you're given some more plays here before we head to the halftime break.
Right now the Bulldogs with no timeouts left in this half. They trail it 14-10. Big play in this game for Defiance was a blocked punt inside the Adrian 5. They scooped it and scored it. And that's what gave them their lead here in this football game. Also, special teams blunders all over the place, really, for both squads. We'll talk about that coming up here at the half. All right, if you're Adrian, you're not in comfortable field goal range, but I think if you had to kick one, you could. But you're obviously looking to pick up that first down. You have to be aware of all things. The time left. You have no timeouts in your pocket. Big moment here for the freshman.
Certainly is. He's looked good so far in this first half, but this is where you see where what he's really made of.
They need the Yellow Jackets 20. Ball at the 21. Raymond will take and give to Paterno. Sal cuts to the left side. First down Bulldogs, runs right to the sideline and out of bounds at the 15. They follow Nathan Bennett. I'm telling you, I would follow him pretty much anywhere. He is a security blanket and a run-blocking machine, that left side of the offensive line.
Yeah, and that's just a smart play design to preserve clock. Paterno knew what the assignment was. Get the first down, get out of bounds.
Call in from offensive coordinator Harry Bailey. Down on the field, gives it to his freshman quarterback, Brady Raymond. 1st and 10 Dogs, 14 seconds left, ball at the 15 as we approach halftime. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The young Raymond stands in the pocket, jumps up in it, looking for space to run. Now he throws it back, corner for the Bulldog, touchdown! Koloski with his 2nd. Coach is fired up, so is Brady Raymond, and the Bulldogs are back in front.
It's the magic connection, isn't it? Brady Raymond to Ben Koloski in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. What a throw. On the run, opens up across his body, had the receiver wide open, and offensive coordinator Harry Bailey was fired up celebrating with his freshman quarterback.
Lost his headset. Here's the extra point. It's up away and it's good. Bulldogs get a stop, march down the field, and score. Late stages first half. It's 17-14, Adrian College. And gosh, I mean, we talked all week. I feel like we've talked to Jim Deere for about 3 hours, at least I have, during this week preparing for this game. And, you know, the message is you learn a lot. You can get the most growth from week 1 to week 2. Last week, Brady Raymond would have tried to run that football. I'm telling you, he would have tried. He stayed back. He was patient, like you said. And Koloski's been the man for Adrian College. He has both their touchdowns on the day. And, you know, to go with those 2 scores, 80 yards on 4 catches.
Hopefully everyone started Ben Koloski in their fantasy lineup this week.
Your D3 fantasy football? That's right. The extra point, of course, was good for the Adrian place kicker, Alec Milley. And Milley's out there to kick this one off. 6 seconds left in the opening half. Here's the high pooch kick angled toward the Bulldogs sideline, and it's going to roll out of play.
If it's Adrian College, it can't be a pooch kick. It's a Bulldog kick.
Oh, I'm sorry. And a flag on the play on the end of it. The Bulldog kickoff unit celebrating. somewhat quietly after they believe they incurred a penalty.
Just had to clarify the breed of canine there.
Yes.
Going back to Brady Raymond, I've just been really impressed. You can have all the physical tools as a quarterback, the accuracy, the arm.
So the flag was just for the kick out of bounds. Thought it might have been for something else.
Yeah, as I was saying, though, you can have the arm, you can have the athleticism, but at the end of the day, you got to have the IQ to the decision-making, right? And the patience from Raymond there really paid off to, in that split second, to be able to judge your options and make the right decision.
Defiance will step up and take a knee as their defense gives up a late touchdown. And the Bulldogs will head to the locker room here at Docking Family Stadium with a 3-point lead. 17-14 is our score at the halftime break. You are tuned in to Adrian College Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. We are at halftime here at Docking Family Stadium. I'm Ian Went, Calvin Keys alongside, and an exciting beginning and end to that first half. Adrian scores a touchdown late, a pass from Brady Raymond to Ben Kolaski for their second connection for 6 today.
Yeah, really impressive play by Raymond going into the half. Just rolling out to his right, and the lefty across his body is able to open up, find Kolaski, who was wide open in the corner of the end zone. That was really, if you could sum up the Bulldogs' offense in the first half, I would probably say Brady Raymond to Ben Kolaski. I mean, that connection was pretty evident throughout the half, and they're really starting to develop some real chemistry, and we're seeing the confidence and the composure from Brady Raymond, something that he struggled to find last week.
So we'll quickly get to some statistical numbers, but I'll go down the scoring summary for this game in the first half. Adrian started the scoring, the first career touchdown pass from Brady Raymond to Ben Koloski, good for 8 yards and a touchdown. That was off of the A.J. Pipkins interception. Looking at the next score, the Bulldogs go 4 plays, 7 yards, and Mr. Milley kicks a 28-yard field goal with 1:55 left in the first quarter. The drive was 2 minutes, 7:13 left in that first quarter. Some more scoring in that first quarter with 41 seconds left in it. Freeman with a 3-yard rush. The kick was good, a 7-play, 80-yard drive. Second quarter, Defiance, number 5. We did get an official number on that blocked punt. Makari Biggums, number 5, with the punt block return for a touchdown, and the extra point was good. At that point, it was Defiance 14, Adrian 10. No scoring for about 14 full minutes. 6 seconds left in the half. Ben Koloski, 15-yard pass reception from Brady Raymond. The kick was good by Milley. An 11-play, 79-yard drive in the final 4 minutes, and that's where we stand with a 17-14 Adrian lead here in their home opener. Calvin, let's take a look at some of our leading stat getters as we see the total yards, passing yards. How did we get to this point in terms of the stats?
Yeah, I think we saw Brady Raymond finding some more success in the air. He went 5 for 13, which isn't incredible, but the passes he was able to complete were for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. So when he was completing the ball, they were generally big plays and had some good success. Receiving, Ben Koloski led the way, had 2 touchdown catches, 80 yards on 4 receptions. Cole Sessler had 1 catch for 22 yards. And then in the run game, Brady Raymond led the way. Bulldogs weren't able to get much going on the ground. Raymond picked up 34 yards. Sal Paterno had 20. I was really impressed by the punting in that first half from Sammy Lafada. There was the one play where he had a punt blocked, but that was mainly due to his protection, not himself. So he averaged 48 yards in the air on his punts. For Defiance, Jordan Ambrose was really the heart and soul of their offensive effort. He rushed for 51 yards on the ground. His running back, Tyshawn Freeman, also picked up 36 on 9 carries. In terms of passing, Ambrose was 7 for 12 for 48 yards. Really only saw that one impressive completion on third down. Other than that, wasn't able to gain much momentum. And Tawan Rome leading the way with 2 catches for 15 yards. And that's how we stand going into this second half on the other half of the halftime break. It should be noted defensively, Cameron Dean led the Bulldogs in tackles with 4, followed by Bidwell, LaRue, and Bell, who all had 3 apiece. Or excuse me, Dean, Bidwell, and LaRue all had 4 tackles. Bell had 3. And then for the Defiance College Yellow Jackets, Cody Johnson had a whopping 7 tackles in that first half.
As we take a look at the team statistics here, how each team fared, total yards in this game offensively, Adrian and Defiance ran the same number of plays, 35. Bulldogs picking up 161 yards, Defiance 149. Adrian had 102 passing yards and 59 rushing. Defiance had 101 rushing and just 48 passing. The penalties were big in this one. Defiance 4 penalties for 40 yards. Adrian 3 penalties for 35. Time of possession pretty similar. Defiance with just under 16 minutes. Adrian just over 13. Third and fourth down, mainly third down, Calvin. It's been a defensive struggle in that third down situation. We have Adrian going 2 for 8 and Defiance going 1 for 7.
Yeah, neither team able to find a lot of success on third down. I think you credit both of these defenses and how they're able to perform, making things difficult for both offenses. Although both teams were able to find a way, as we're looking at a 17-14 scoreline in favor of the Bulldogs going into this half. What I would really like to see change for both teams to clean up this football game is discipline. We saw a lot of penalties in that first half. I'm not sure if we're able to get an exact number on the amount of penalties that were called in that first half, but additionally, the punting needs to get cleaned up. The Bulldogs recovered a high snap that went over the head of the Defiance punter, and the Yellow Jackets were able to block one of the Bulldogs' punts, which led to a touchdown. So we saw 2 key errors on punts, respectively, that led to points and on both sides of the ball. So hopefully both punt teams are able to talk things over at the halftime break and get that figured out, because we usually think of that as an afterthought in the scheme of a football game, but if it doesn't go right, it can become a big issue quickly.
Well, and you also look at the Adrian College kickoff coverage. The opening kick of the game, Defiance does a squib onside and recovers it, and then later in the half, Adrian calls for a fair catch on a kickoff, fielded at the 15, which eventually led to that blocked punt touchdown. So certainly things to clean up, but a big momentum change for Adrian to get that score at the end of the half, where it looked like Defiance was rolling a little bit. Their defense was making plays. They scored They scored a touchdown. The special team scored. Just looked like Adrian was out of sorts until that last drive, aided by a big penalty by Defiance. But give credit to Raymond. He's found an early connection with Koloski. I mean, he's got to figure it out on the fly, a young quarterback, who he's comfortable throwing with, and right now it's number 10.
Yeah, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Ian. I think Raymond needs to continue to find Koloski. We're also seeing Ben Koloski's arguably been the best route runner for the Bulldogs. It's not like Raymond's only looking Koloski's way. He's been the guy who's been able to find open space time and time again and present himself as a good option as a target.
Looking around the MIAA with scores I have from MIAA.org, in the early third quarter, Hope is leading Loras 28-21. At the half, it is Worcester over Olivet 21-0. There are a couple of night games where Albion travels to Bluffton to take on the Beavers. And 6 o'clock tonight, Manchester, Indiana hosting Alma. Trine hosting Rose-Hulman tonight at 7. The other game in progress, Kalamazoo is at Kenyon. Let's see if I can get some scores for you there. Nothing on the MIAA website. It is 29-3. Kalamazoo, on top in that contest. So a good look for the MIAA in that one. Now let's take a look really quickly at some Division I, some top 25 matchups, Calvin.
Yeah, Penn State, the number 7 team in the land, easily handling Delaware right now, 49-7 in the third quarter. Notre Dame up on NC State. They're the Notre Dame is the number 10 team in the country. They're up 10-0 over NC State in the second quarter. Baylor ahead of number 12 ranked Utah, 13-6. The Bears are unranked right now. At the end of the third quarter, they lead by 7 points, so something to keep an eye on. Number 15 Kansas State beating Troy 28-10 in the fourth quarter right now. The Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime up 23-7 over the Nebraska Cornhuskers at the end of the third. And Ohio State on top of Youngstown State. The Buckeyes ranked number 5 in the country. That's in the fourth quarter. And then Georgia on upset alert. They lead over Ball State 45-0, excuse me. They're the number 1 team in the country, and they're looking like the number 1 team on the country. Yeah. Wampanoag a Mac school this afternoon. Yeah. And on the other side of things, number 25 ranked Clemson is currently tied with Charleston Southern 7 minutes into the football game.
Michigan and Michigan State both kicking off at the 3:30 window this afternoon. Michigan hosting UNLV, Michigan State hosting the Richmond Spiders.
I think your Spartans are going to be up against the Spiders today.
Yeah, they might get a spider crawling up their leg or something, but other than that.
It depends if it's a tarantula, a black widow. What are we talking here?
Well,
if only they had Peyton Thorne to help them out today.
What is this? I don't know. I'm not going to stand for this slander. Noah Kim was great last week. He's going to back it up this week, I'm telling you.
Feeling good about my Wolverines, though. Hopefully we can keep rolling against the Rebels. 3:30 p.m. to kick off for that one. We'll have the second half kickoff here in just a few moments.
Yeah, you can tune into those games after this one's finished. We have a good one going here at Docking Stadium. Yellow Jackets of Defiance College will receive the second half kickoff from the hometown Adrian College Bulldogs. It's a 17-14 lead for Adrian here in their home opener. Once again, I'm Ian Wentz and Calvin Keys alongside the rest of our crew. Executive Director Megan Abbey, Director Alex Herman, and Josiah Durrell. Also on the crew, Gia Avalone, Connor Shelb, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, Reagan Petrowski, and engineered by Laura Rutkowski. Still overcast skies, temperatures in the mid-60s, a little bit of a breeze from the south-southwest. Not too bad at all. Perfect football weather in southern Michigan. Let's put that first half in the books. Second half, moments away. Millie will let it fly for the black and gold. He's lined up down to our left. The run up and the kick. It's a high bruiser kick. It's going to be caught at the 34 and driven back is the Defiance College return man. No room to run for 29, Yamil Cruz.
I like what you did there. It's not a pooch kick, it's a bruiser kick.
I know. You taught me that in the first half. So football right at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Good news for Adrian College in the secondary. Their defensive leader is back. Good to see number 0, Donovan McCary. He went out with an injury in the first half. Got some extra tape on his left knee. We'll see if Defiance tests that early. They have not been throwing the football particularly well, with their quarterback Ambrose on the day, just 48 yards passing.
Yeah, we saw McCary over the course of that first half just trying to get his knee worked out, and he looks to be good to go now.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 run for Ambrose, and he's met in the backfield and dropped for a short loss. Nice job by the middle linebacker for Adrian, Riker Bidwell, and Shea LaRue.
Yeah, this defensive front getting back to what they do best, stopping the run game, putting pressure on the quarterback.
Looking at a 2nd and long, call it 11 on the negative rush on 1st down for Jordan Ambrose. He takes a low snap, rolls to his right, throws deep down the field. It's going to be caught on the sideline. A diving, sliding catch made out there for number 6. Nice reception by Tawan Rome, their leading receiver, and we can see why.
Yeah, Tawan Rome, that's his 3rd catch of the game. They also like to get him involved with the jet sweep. Just a great athlete for this Yellow Jacket football team.
1st and 10 to go at the 43. Ambrose going to keep it on a fake pitch. Couple Bulldogs, including Wadis Ashman, take him down to the turf after about a 6-yard rush. Yellow Jackets using tempo here in the early 3rd quarter.
We saw that a lot in the first half, and I think it's actually been pretty effective for them, making it more difficult for this Bulldog defense to get set and get prepared.
Tyshawn Freeman in the backfield, 6 foot, 240 pounds. He's going to take it right up the middle, and a submarine tackle by Wadis Ashman. Boy, he could be something special here in this Bulldog linebacking core. Coach Deere has alluded to some Bulldog great linebackers in our conversations when talking about number 8, Wadis Ashman. A chance here on 3rd down to get off the field for the Bulldog defense. It's a 3rd and 3 right at the 50 on Bruiser's chin as they're looking to defend their side of the 50. Freeman goes out in motion. Ambrose going to look his way, throw middle, and it's incomplete as Donovan McCary jumped the route. Never really was on target as Defiance was going for Donovan Anderson. Goes incomplete. 4th down, and looks like the Yellow Jackets will punt.
Boy, McCary, I don't think he got a hand to that ball, but he really got up for that one, didn't he?
He did.
Was soaring through the air like an eagle.
Testing that knee early.
Looks to be doing just fine, Ian.
Yeah, it does. Matthew Bolanos will take this long snap. The listed long snapper is Lakota Hagenbaugh. This snap is good right at the punter's eyes. No real Bulldog pressure. A line drive kick. Going to hit at the 10 and glide into the end zone for a touchback. So Adrian's defense, quick little stint on the field. They're back on the sideline, this Adrian offense. After scoring a touchdown late in the first half, they're right back out there with 12 and 58 in this 3rd quarter.
Just a trademark Bulldog 3 and out on defense, and let's see if they can keep their offensive rhythm rolling. They started off the game strong, then we saw a little bit of falling out of sync, and then late on in the first half able to get that final score. So hopefully Raymond can continue to command this offense like he's done well at most of the points during the first half.
Ben Kolaski, the leading receiver, part of a trips formation on the left side of the formation. Raymond's going to take the handoff and give to Sal Paterno as he gets grabbed by a couple Yellow Jackets and stung right at the line of scrimmage for a very short gain, if any. Hey, I have adjectives too.
Love the creativity. Got to make it fun, right? Our job as commentators is to think of a million ways to say the same thing.
I know,
so.
That's right. Was that 42 on the stop? That would be Richard Pope IV, the defensive lineman.
Pope
It was
the
a
fourth
loss.
has been great.
Yeah, he has been. Loss of 1 on the rush for Paterno. 2nd and 11 at the Adrian 19. Brady's going to take the snap. Straight drop back to pass, looking middle. He's not there. He's going to get bowled under and dropped for no gain up to the 19. It was just a go route for Keontae Townsend, but some blanket coverage out there again by Daniel Boudoir.
Yeah, I think from a defensive standpoint, there's always strength in numbers. I think the secondary did their job of locking up the Bulldog receivers, and at that point when they see Raymond scrambling, the goal is get to the quarterback, get in his face. That's what they did there. Didn't give him much room to work.
15 on this play clock. Game clock at 11:40. Here in our third quarter, it's the Bulldogs 17 and the Yellow Jackets 14. A 3-point lead for the home team. 3rd and 11 we go from the 19. Raymond waits the snap, and they didn't get the playoff in time. That'll be a delay of game. It's the second one of those here this afternoon. And this really shrinks your playbook, Calvin, on a 3rd down.
Yeah, it really does. It's just simple errors like that you cannot make. Got to get the snap off. And now it sets them against the sticks, challenging 3rd down situation.
And they're going to run up for about 10 yards. Raymond with the rush, and there's a flag on the far side of the field, right at the line of scrimmage, so must be an alignment issue on the offense or the defense.
Boudoir had a really nice play there on the hit on Raymond to bring him down. I wonder if they're going to call him for a low hit. He went towards the knees of Raymond.
And Defiance had 12 in the formation, so they're going to replay 3rd down, and it'll be back to the 19 for 3rd and 11 for the Adrian College offense. We've seen a couple of unforced errors per team. Bulldogs looking to convert here. 3rd and 11, 2 receivers tight, stacked on either side. Raymond, he's going to take the snap. Throwing deep, he's going for his receiver, Koloski. It's tipped at the last moment and falls incomplete. That's a great throw, but a better stop for Brian Murat down there in coverage for Defiance. I mean, he was step for step with Koloski.
That's really just perfect coverage from Murat. That was like, he stuck to Koloski like a piece of gum does to the bottom of your shoe. I mean, didn't give him any room to breathe.
It's just as annoying if you're a receiver. It's a good throw by Raymond. Better defensive play. Now Sammy Lafada is going to take the snap. It's a fake. Lafada's going to throw it. It's caught at the 24, and he's very close to the line to gain.
I think he's
and
short.
It's going to be a 1st down for Defiance. The Bulldogs go for a fake punt. They throw it out there, I think, with 34 with the catch. As he caught it at the 23, needed the 25. What a heads-up play in that backfield for Defiance.
That was Bogan up with the catch, and he was just a yard shy of the 1st down marker. That was great execution, but it all comes down to the defensive play that was made. Again, we keep saying his name, but it's Richard Pope IV. That's his 8th tackle of the game, and it causes a turnover on downs. Great play call by Coach Steer, and they're so close to pulling it off, but not if Pope IV had anything to say about it.
Shocked everybody in this stadium. It's a run for Freeman right through the Bulldog line, jumping over a defender. Good for about 8 yards. So if you're Adrian, you're up 3. LaFonda's got a solid leg. I guess if you're going to surprise them, that was the time to do it deep in your own territory. But they don't convert. 2nd and 2 now for Defiance from the Bulldog 17. Ambrose sends his tight end Wrecker in motion. He'll go block for Freeman, who has an 1st down for Defiance, dragging Bulldogs inside the 10. And stacked up just a shade inside the 10. It's going to be a 1st down Defiance. So they're moving right down the field here. It's a 1st and goal. They'll put it right at the 10. Talking about momentum shifter.
Real short field for Defiance here.
Yellow Jackets going to run up the middle for Ambrose. Gets to that 2nd level, down inside the 5, wrapped up and taken down. at about the 4-yard line. And there is an injured player. Randall Broom made the tackle for Adrian College. And the injured Defiance player was an offensive lineman. That's 51, Andre Almore. He's up quickly. He's not going to, now he is going to leave the game. They'll substitute. Inside 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's Adrian 17, Defiance 14. Yellow Jackets looking to retake that lead. One receiver wide out to the right, one out to the left. Two tight ends, Ambrose under center. Freeman in the backfield. It's going to be a give. Freeman runs over a man and another, and he dives for the end zone. He's in for the Yellow Jackets touchdown. As he just ran that dive play off right guard. Got to that second level, and the Yellow Jackets get a stop on a fake Bulldog punt and score from 4 yards out.
Man, Tyshawn Freeman, call him the bulldozer, plowing his way into the end zone. Makes it a 20-17 game. Reminded me of A.J. Dillon of the Green Bay Packers, who just runs through guys, brought him with him into the end zone.
No, it reminds me of last year, Jamal Williams. Come on. Got to go Lions fans here. And the extra point is going to go up away. It's going to rotate right through between the uprights. Now with 9:35 left in the third quarter, Defiance drives it 23 yards in for the score. They're ahead here at Adrian College. It's 21-17. Bulldogs trailing now in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 after this on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium, Kaepernick Insurance Field, here on the Adrian College Sports Network. However you may be watching or listening, we do appreciate your support of Adrian College Athletics. My name is Ian Went, alongside an Adrian College sophomore, Calvin Keys. Boy, we've had some special teams flashes, good and bad. Adrian goes for a fake punt pass, stopped a yard short. Defiance drives it quickly, and they now have a lead for 17-21. Here's a kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Adrian at the 14. Quickly to the 20. The 25 follows his blockers up to the 26, maybe the 27. Decent field position for Brady Raymond and company. And they do throw a flag at the end of it. Calvin, we've seen a couple of those too, some late flags thrown.
Yeah, I think the name of the game as a football player, obviously this is a sport of aggression, intensity, but you got to channel that in the right way, you know. Got to, bring that into your game instead of letting your anger get the best of you and doing something you're going to regret later and that will hurt your team.
We get the official ruling. And they call a late hit on Adrian. They don't identify the player. That's going to be half the distance to the goal penalty and a deep in your own territory 1st and 10. If you're tuned in on ACTV or WVAC, this is an entirely student-run broadcast here at Adrian College, headed up by their executive director, Megan Abbey, and students Alex Herman, Gia Avalone, Connor Schaub, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, Reagan Petrowski, and Josiah Durrell. If you're listening on 103.9 WLEN Adrian, Laura Rutkowski running things back in the Adrian studio. 9.5 to go in the third. Raymond and company looking, throwing it out to Sal Paterno. He's got some room to rumble. Big hit out of bounds. About 9 or 10 on that catch, and a nice little flare out of the backfield.
Yeah, we saw Paterno get utilized last week at Elmhurst a little bit as a pass catcher. Definitely a versatile talent, and we know he already has speed, so nice to see Raymond throwing it to the outside. Fooled the defense, had some room to run into, and sets up a 2nd and 3 scenario.
Townsend one-on-one at the bottom of your screen with Boudoir. It's going to be a run again for Paterno. He's going to get an Adrian first down up to the 25-yard line. Following that middle of the Adrian offensive line, number 56, 6, Isaiah Simon. And a Defiance College player down. As it stands now, it's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. We're going to pause 10 seconds for our network stations to identify themselves. This is Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Good news, the Defiance defender is up and back to the sideline. Didn't even have time to catch his number. He was up so quick. As it stands, it's Defiance 21, Adrian 17. You look at the Defiance offense, they've scored once on a decent drive, once on a short drive right there, stemming from Adrian punting mistakes. See what Raymond and the offense can do here. It's a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Down 4 in this third quarter. It's going to be a run for Paterno. Right through the middle, takes a linebacker for a ride, a couple yards. But the tackle was the linebacker, Brian Murat. Well, 8's been all over the place. He's been deep in coverage. He's been up making run stops. Very versatile kid at linebacker for Defiance.
Yep, the senior from far away in Kissimmee, Florida, making a lot of nice plays this afternoon. He's been great.
I initially thought you said he was from far away. I'm like, that's a weird spot to live. You'll never get there. It's 2nd and medium for Paterno. He follows his blockers over to the left side. Not a ton there for about a yard. Brings up a 3rd and a short 4. Under 8 minutes left in this third quarter. It's a 21-17 lead for the visitors from Defiance, Ohio.
And with this 3rd and 4 scenario, the Bulldogs are not far away from a first down.
No, they are not.
7:40 left to go in this third quarter. Dogs trail 21-17 at the hands of the visiting Yellow Jackets. This seems like a must-win football game for the Bulldogs this afternoon.
That's Adrian 2 for 9 on 3rd down so far. Raymond's going to keep it, get through half a tackle, and he won't get anything. He'll get dropped for a loss. Coming up and making the tackle, Thomas Coltrane, and Adrian will trot the punting unit out again as the Adrian offense picks up 1 first down, but then sputters. Now a 4th and 5.
Feels weird to hold your breath in a punting scenario, but I'm just interested to see their execution here after there's been a couple of mishaps in this game.
Defiance late getting their punt coverage out. Samuel Lafata will take this football and drive it into the afternoon sky. Bounce at the 38 and roll all the way inside the 30, inside the 25. And it will roll on the Capnick Insurance field down inside the 20 and will be down at the 19.
Donovan McCary tried to get a little crosswind going there, keep the ball rolling if he could. That's just smart football right there.
That's a great punt. That's about almost 60 yards on the punt.
You know, it wasn't going to be. There we go, another look at
it. Little Ole.
Just getting a little wind going there behind the football.
Looked like
great replay from our director, Josiah Durrell.
He was like a baseball third baseman trying to get that ball foul.
Yeah.
All right, Adrian's defense right back out on the field. Defiance with the possession, 1st and 10. 6:44 here in the third. Ambrose will take. He'll fake a run. Roll out to the edge. Shea LaRue gives chase. Ambrose gets to the edge. First down, Defiance up over the 30. Or they mark him short. I thought he had the first down, but it'll be a 2nd and short. Ashman finally pushed him out.
Disagree with that spot for sure. Looked like he had an extra yard and change, but
that's what I get for calling it early. Thinking I know more than the referee down there.
Classic commentator's curse.
That's right.
Whatever you say, the opposite will always happen.
Ambrose gives to Freeman, and he's stuffed at the line. I don't think he got that. Now this spot looks more favorable than anything I've seen today, as I thought he got stopped for no gain, and instead they'll move the chains for a Defiance first down.
Interesting.
I don't know about that. I think the first down run was better than the second down.
Yeah, maybe a makeup there.
Possibly. Also look through the lens of black and gold sunglasses up here in the booth. It's a 1st and 10 Defiance. Football resting on the right hash of the 30-yard line. Under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to be a pitch out to Freeman. Freeman gets hit after 5 yards of free running as a couple Bulldogs converge. I think it was, I got it here. I'm going to get these names. Sean Tolbert get used to saying his name. He's been a factor in that Bulldog secondary.
He really has been a factor, hasn't he? And I've also been impressed with the play of young Andrew Bell back there in partnership with McCary at safety.
2nd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Ambrose is going to throw, caught by Recker, the tight end. Good for about 5, and a Defiance College 1st and 10. Just a little tight end slip out there into the linebacking core. But a good job by the Bulldog defender to not let him get anything else.
Bidwell on the tackle there, as you said.
Bidwell played sparingly last year. If Kyle Minder was out injured, this will be a 1st and 10 run for Ambrose. Slips through one tackle and gets taken down at the 49-yard line. Boy, what a fake on that jet sweep.
Oh, McCary's coming out of the game. Comes up a bit gingerly, and he's going to get replaced here by, looks like coming into the game is Brett Allen. Not something you want to see.
No, freshman replacing a senior. 2nd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. 4.5 to go in the third. 21-17 Defiance on top. Ambrose is standing in the shotgun with his tailback. He gives to Hurt. Hurt's going to be near the line to gain. I'm not going to call it first. I'm going to wait.
Chains
for
are
the
moving.
Line judge, and they're going to move the chains.
Or not.
See, I would have said that was short, but
no, they got it.
They're going to give it to him.
There's a fake out. They started moving the chains and then stopped for a minute, and now they'll finally move them for the first down. McCary on that previous play laid a big hit on Ambrose, the quarterback, and then immediately got up and was signaling that he needed to come out, so hopefully he's okay.
This drive started at the Defiance 19-yard line. They're all the way into the Adrian side at the 46. Rome in motion. It's going to be a fake. Ambrose keeps it up the middle. He's going to get dragged down by Randall Broom, but not after a Defiance first down all the way to the Bulldog 34-yard line. Ambrose has proven to be a problem in the rush game for Adrian on defense.
Took the words right out of my mouth. He really has been a great runner for them this afternoon, and he's really built like a rusher too. Just a built guy, really, really strong and difficult to bring down. We see him usually carrying a couple of Bulldogs with him as he heads up the field. He's gained 90 yards on the ground today on 11 carries.
By far the leading rusher for Defiance, who lead it here by 4, and they have the football 1st and 10. Freeman is going to get it, run through that center of the line. Nice job by that Bulldog interior to minimize the damage as Bidwell comes up and helps on the play. Randall Broom always in the mix. It's a 2nd down and long.
Broom just checked out of the game himself in favor of Chris Jackson, so you got to wonder what's going on there as well. Two of the key contributors in this Bulldog defense. Actually, Donnie McCary's back out there, so that's a good sign.
Anchoring that Bulldog secondary. It's a 2nd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets of Defiance. From the Adrian 33, Ambrose gives to Freeman, gets through one arm tackle, and bumbles down to the 29-yard line, where will be a 3rd and 5. I believe Wadis Ashman, he's always around the football for that Bulldog linebacking core. Now, if you're Adrian here, you're thinking, yes, get a stop on 3rd, but likely if they get any yardage, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They've shown the ability to do that here today.
Yeah, you said it. It's 4-down territory.
Defiance on the afternoon, just 1 for 8 on 3rd down. Bulldog defense looking for something from their crowd. Ambrose going to roll left, looking to throw it. He goes way deep, and it's well overthrown, and it's incomplete. No flags have fallen onto the turf, so we have a 4th and 5 and decision time from the 29-yard line.
Didn't really see anyone in the vicinity of where that ball was thrown. Maybe you saw Casper down there or something. I don't really know.
There was a Defiance receiver, but about 15 yards away from the football. All right, big play here for this Adrian defense. They need to dig deep here. They're down by 4. Minute 37 left in the 3rd quarter. It's 4th and 5. Defiance needs the Adrian 24. Ambrose going to look to throw. Throws middle. Too high and incomplete. He was looking for a flag. They don't get it. credit to the Adrian secondary. It'll be a Bulldog football, 1st and 10 from the 29.
Again, just getting pressure, getting in Ambrose's face. Look at the time he has in the pocket here. 1,000, 2,000. Already they're pressuring him. He saw somebody over the middle, but just kind of a drastic overthrow for his intended receiver.
Looked like Tawan Rome, yeah. I mean, he's the guy you can clue in on if you're the Adrian defense. Thanks for tuning in to the Adrian College Sports Network. My name is Ian Wentz, alongside with Calvin Keys. Week 2 of our college football season, our home opener here at Adrian College. The freshman QB, we do have a change at quarterback as a flag flies in late. As Mark Lopez took that first snap, we'll check the flag.
This is interesting.
Yeah, developments at the quarterback position. As Sal Paterno took it ahead for about 4, we'll check the flag. And
hope Raymond's all right.
We'll scan the sideline for number 1. We'll see if we can spot him. But right now it's Mark Lopez as we get the call. And the call is a holding on Adrian's 55, Andre Williams. So we have no Brady Raymond.
Nowhere to be found.
Adrian
Can't see
starting
him on the
quarterback.
sideline.
I think he's on the sideline with his shoulder pads off, with an ice pack on at the 43-yard line.
I don't think that's Raymond.
You don't think that's him? Who knows? Mark Lopez, the freshman from Texas, throws it near sideline. Townsend lays out. He can't make the catch. Oh, there's Brady. Down to our left, walking toward the 35.
Doesn't have a helmet on.
Shoulder pads still.
He did take a hard hit at the end of that last possession. But anything now is just speculation about what could be going on. But we saw last week, I mean, Mark Lopez fumbled the football, but other than that, I like the throws this kid's able to make. Just doesn't present as much of a rushing threat. He's more of a pocket passer style of quarterback.
Mark Lopez, the freshman quarterback from Texas. He'll stand in the gun with Sal Paterno. It's going to be a fake run. Lopez throws, caught by Tyler Poyer. Gets escorted out of bounds near the 24, maybe 25.
Pass complete to 85, Tyler Poyer.
So we're looking at a 3rd and 15 with your backup quarterback in the game. Mark Lopez listed in your program at 5'11", 140 pounds.
He's a little guy, but he can really sling the rock. I will say that. He made some impressive throws last weekend in his limited cameo.
From Corpus Christi, Texas, went to Orange Grove High School. He's in there for Brady Raymond. Unsure as to his status. Bulldogs looking at officially a 3rd and 14. Final 30 seconds of this 3rd quarter. Lopez feels the pressure and gets sacked. Deep in the backfield at the 13. Bulldogs will punt on a 4th and forever. And a nice job for Dominic Harris in on the play.
Thaddeus Pratt getting back there as well to assist on that sack as the clock's just going to run down in this 3rd quarter. We'll see if the Bulldogs opt to punt or if they'll just let this clock run out to head into our 4th and final quarter in this tight game. And they will.
Yep, no snap here to end our 3rd quarter. We've had one score in that 3rd quarter. It was the Defiance Yellow Jackets. They lead it going into the final stanza. It is 21-17. Bulldogs down by 4. We'll be back with our 4th quarter after this 30-second timeout on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
3 quarters in the books here at Adrian College. The Bulldogs and Yellow Jackets of Defiance doing battle here in week 2 of our college football season. Here on the Adrian College Sports Network, my name is Ian Wendt. Calvin Keys alongside our executive director, Megan Abbey, directors Alex Herman and Josiah Durrell, Gia Avalone, Connor Shelb, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, Reagan Petrowski on the docket for ACTV, also Laura Witkowski with 103.9 WLEN. We start the 4th quarter with an Adrian punt. Sammy Lafana will take, put foot to leather, a high spinning, spiraling kick, drives his man back all the way to the 35. There's a block in the back. They're going to throw that, but the return man up over the 50, 45 hit from behind. There's another flag at the 50. My goodness, all sorts of action as Sammy Lafana kicks that ball about 60 yards in the air. There's a flag back at the 37 and a flag near the 50. I saw the first block in the back. I don't know about the second.
Didn't see what the second one was either. The first block in the back was pretty evident. You're going to see right in the center of your screen, McCary just got clocked from behind. And then maybe another, I think it might have been on the Bulldogs on the second foul.
So they just call the 1. It's a 10-yard block in the back against Defiance.
Team effort there.
Yeah, and that's from the spot of the foul, not from the end of the kick. So Bulldogs can flip the field position here a little bit as they'll mark this off inside the 30-yard line.
So that'll set Defiance back about 10 yards, as you said. And I believe the block in the back foul was called on Vishon Palmer.
Now this Defiance offense, although they haven't scored a lot, they had a punt block for a touchdown. They've run 55 plays for 246 yards. Adrian, 47 plays, 177. Ambrose will take, throw it out quickly, and a big-time hit by A.J. Pipkins on the quick pitch and catch. Good for about 3, maybe 4, second and medium.
Devin Brown on the catch for the Yellow Jackets. And Pipkins right there in tight coverage. Brown able to make the catch, but not much more.
Call it 2nd and 7. Opening minute of our 4th quarter. Football at the Defiance 30. Ambrose in the backfield with Freeman. Ambrose throws short. It's going to be caught, but tackled right away. And that was Tawan Rowe with the catch, and another Bulldog tackle for Riker Bidwell. As he is all over the field, that middle linebacker, number 3. As Adrian on defense here, a 3rd and short. Call it 2 from the Defiance 35. Bulldogs show 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Everyone's tight to the line. It's going to be a give to Freeman, and he's going to rumble through for a first down. He's just, you can't tackle him with the initial hit. You got to send many hats to the football.
You got to tag team Tyshawn Freeman. He's a big guy.
Yeah, pinball forward. It's listed at 240 in your program. Maybe that's without his shoes on. 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets at the 38-yard line. And they're going to slow things down here just a little bit.
Freeman, credit to him. He can move pretty well for a bigger guy.
Tight end Wrecker in motion from right to left on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a run again for Freeman through the middle. He's going to be hit by McCary and take him back for another 3 or 4 yards. His helmet got ripped off as it's near another Defiance first down.
So this throws a wrench in the drive for the Yellow Jackets, who have just been riding Tyshawn Freeman to this point. Now they're going to have to mix things up and maybe look to one of their other running backs, and Jacob Deisler, or looks like right now they've got Kari Hurt on the field.
2nd and 1. Ambrose, he's going to look to throw. Feels pressure, steps up, makes a move, escapes to the 45, now the 50. That's a Defiance College first down Wow, Ambrose, some elusive ability from that quarterback spot. Able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Bidwell just grasping at the ankles of Ambrose there, trying to get there in time, but kind of took himself out of the play by diving. Maybe should have stayed up and continued to chase him down. But another first down as Ambrose showing his agility again.
He's alone in the Yellow Jackets backfield. 2 receivers out left, 2 right. One comes in motion, that's Hurt. He's going to get the jet sweep. Hurt to the left, slips through a couple Bulldog tacklers, the far sideline, and he's near the first down line. There's a flag back at the 50. We'll check this flag. Now look, Calvin, a lot of these, actually all of these Yellow Jackets and Bulldogs have not played against each other. Last time they played was 2015. And Adrian has won the last 9 matchups. The Defiance Athletic Department certainly knows that.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns with this.
And it's going to be a holding on the offense. They initially pointed toward the defense, and Jim Deere said, on who? So hold on Defiance. Flag thrown at the 47.
It's just a simple mistake of accidentally pointing the wrong way. We're all human. But they haven't moved the spot yet, though.
So it should be 10 yards from the spot of the hold, which should back them up inside Yellow Jacket territory. No.
They didn't give him the full 10 yards.
Not
That
the
referee
45.
just took about 8 steps.
That's not where the football should go.
Interesting spot there. That's about 7 or 8 yards. They move that ball back.
The hold is from the spot of the foul. So there we go. Mark it back from the spot of the hold at the 45 apparently. And that's where it will be a Defiance first and about 17.
Figured it out.
We got there. It's week 2 for everybody. 11:40 left in this fourth quarter. It's Adrian College 17, Defiance College 21.
Still 11:40 to go in this fourth quarter. Plenty of football left to be played with the Dogs trailing 21-17.
Call it 1st and 18 off the penalty. Ambrose is going to look to throw. He's looking deep. Going long. It's going to be overthrown. No flags on this play as Ambrose throws it incomplete. 2nd and long for the Yellow Jackets.
Everyone in this stadium, including myself, was on the edge of their seat when Ambrose dropped back and took a shot, but that ball was overthrown by about 10 yards, so nothing to worry about there.
That was in the air for about 50 yards. Ambrose has that arm strength on display. 2 receivers right for Defiance, 1 out to the left. Tight end lined up slightly in the backfield. Hurt gets in his position next to his quarterback, Ambrose. Now he switches back to the right. Send the tight end in ghost motion. Ambrose is going to fake a pitch and run it through the middle. He's got room to the 45. His helmet came off. Someone's helmet came off, the Bulldog defender, but not after at least a 10-yard pickup. And that was Adrian's 32. His helmet came off on that play. That's the defensive back, Brett Allen. So it's a 3rd down and 6. Defiance football at the Adrian 43. Big play here in this fourth quarter. Hurt in the backfield with Ambrose. Jordan takes, has time, throws sideline. He's got a man there caught at the 33. Missed the tackle down to the 30 and goes out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. A nice catch. It's that man again, Tawan Rome. I mean, if you're Adrian, on that type of play, you just got to, I don't know, put your best corner on him. And maybe they did, but just a better throw and catch for a first down.
Yeah, and Rome's kicking himself because he had a lot of room in front of him if he was just able to toe tap and stay in bounds, but off balance, steps out, fortunately for Adrian. Otherwise, he probably would have gone all the way.
21-17 Defiance in front. 10-14 to go in the fourth. Yellow Jacket football, 1st and 10 at the 21. It's a give to Freeman. He has all day to run right through the middle. And there's a flag at the end of the play. There's 2 flags. And this game has been messy at times, at least from the flag standpoint.
We got to get some detergent and fabric softener with the amount of laundry we've seen today.
That's right. It's going to be a hold on Recker, the tight end, number 13, as he just got a little too aggressive on that one. Let's see how they mark this penalty off. 10 yards from the spot of the hold. It'll be a 1st down. And 19 for the Yellow Jackets. Now, Calvin, for as good as the Adrian run defense was last week in the interior, they've not been great on that inside, so they're going to be leaning on those big fellas to hold that line. It's going to be a fake run. Ambrose throws it quickly, caught by Rome again, gets through one receiver and runs into his own man and gets taken down after about 9 yards. I mean, did Rome run into his own guy? He got through the first Bulldog tackle by the safety.
That was Tolbert who missed the tackle.
Yeah.
And I think when you're talking about Bulldogs haven't been able to prevent the run as much, I think you credit this Defiance offensive line. They've done a really good job of opening up holes for Tyshawn Freeman and company.
Freeman is in the backfield with Ambrose. 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter. The Bulldogs trail by 4. They're on defense here. Football at their own 20. Ambrose looking to throw. He's going to the end zone, into the corner. Oh, a one-handed grab. Wow, what a catch and a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. That's a highlight reel catch for Charles Hollinsworth. What a throw and an amazing grab on that near sideline.
The freshman making a name for himself. We might see that one on SportsCenter tomorrow morning, Ian. Ambrose, a shot, one free hand. It was his right hand. Corrals it in, toe taps in the back corner. Touchdown Jackets. Hollinsworth, take a bow. What a snag.
That's Sanchez in for the extra point. Hold by Recker. Snap, hold, kick, all are good. And they expand on their lead. The Yellow Jackets do. It's now 28-17. The visitors from Defiance in front of your Adrian College Bulldogs. The offense hits the field when we come back after this 30-second timeout on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans. This is the Adrian College Sports Network. My name is Ian Wendt. Calvin Keys joins me in the booth here at Docking Family Stadium. It's the home opener for Adrian College, and they find themselves behind middle stages 4th quarter with 9:17 left in it. It is now Defiance 28, Adrian 17 off of an insane catch in the corner of the end zone for the wide receiver Charles Hollinsworth.
Yeah, Hollinsworth only had one free hand there, and that was an incredible grab. It's not something you see often, and because of it, a 2-score lead for the Yellow Jackets now. It's imperative with 9 minutes left the Bulldogs get points on the board on this drive.
And the uncertainty of the quarterback position, if it will be Brady Raymond or if it will be Mark Lopez. Here's the run-up and the kick. It's going to be a low-line driver. Bounce at the 15, picked up by Pipkins right there. To the 15, to the 20. Makes a move at the 25 and taken down at the 25. That's where the Adrian College offense will get things going, and it is the freshman Mark Lopez in for Brady Raymond, who is on the sideline. No helmet. Looks like his day is done.
Frustrating, too, because he's had a really good outing.
Certainly bounce back performance for the young Bulldog quarterback. But can the other young Bulldog quarterback pull his team out of this hole? It's going to be a run for the senior Sal Paterno. Takes a defender down with him after a couple. That's Thomas Coltrane on the tackle. Paterno, the Bulldog leading rusher from that tailback position. They need a score and then a stop and then another score. Pretty simple. Better, easier said than done, though. Lopez feels pressure, rolls left. He's got to tuck it and run. He flips it out of bounds for an incomplete pass. It'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Adrian offense.
Lopez has to be careful there, too, because that's very close to being an intentional grounding penalty. It's definitely a pressure situation to be thrown into as a freshman. Hey, you haven't played all game. There's 9 minutes left. We're down by 11. What do you got? We'll see.
Yeah, home opener. Defiance, some confusion on defense as they are subbing out. Bulldogs can snap the ball. They do, but they say Defiance called a timeout. Boy, a fortunate break for the Yellow Jackets as they were stuck with 12 on the field. They got the timeout before Adrian could snap the football in a free 5 yards. But right now you're looking at 3rd and 7, and it's been, really most football games, Calvin, are 5 to 10 plays that really make the game. And kind of similar to last week, Adrian's been on the wrong side of the majority of those. There's been a punt block for a touchdown. There's been a fake punt that didn't quite pick up a 1st down. There's been some good plays, but the bad breaks have really outweighed the good today. So far, plenty of time, but that's how we got to a 28-17 score.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the Bulldogs have had any egregious errors, though, like they did last week. I think it's been a more – I think Defiance has earned most of what they've gotten with the exception of that miscue on the punt in that first half. I mean, Charles Hollinsworth, that was a big play that he went out and made himself. Yeah. It was good coverage. He just made a phenomenal catch to give him the lead.
Lopez looking at a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs, throwing up deep for Townsend. He went up and he caught it. Bulldog 1st and 10 at the Defiance 45-yard line. Key gets involved. A big-time catch and throw from youngster to the senior.
And Bourgeois was really motioning to the official that he wanted a push-off call there, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it. I didn't see too much there, though. It looked like a clean catch.
Bulldogs to the line quickly. Lopez flushed out to the right, throws sideline. It's going to be caught. And a flag right at the line of scrimmage as the reception was made out there.
Bourgeois just completely shoved Townsend out of bounds and was giving him the business, and that's what the flag's going to be on, I would have to imagine.
I think Adrian's 19 with the catch. Braden Jewell, the sophomore wideout. This flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage, roughly.
What?
And they're going to call a Bulldog hold. Back up the Dogs 10. First down and long here for the black and gold. 1st and 20 now, football at their own 45. First down and 20 yards to go. Adrian's now at 8 penalties for 83 yards. It's going to be a fake run to Paterno. Lopez pulls it down, throws it deep. He's got Townsend open. He falls down and can't grab it at the 15-yard line. Oh, Key was open. Couldn't keep his footing because I think he had 6.
Goodness. If Townsend stays on his feet there, I think, yeah, like you said, could have been a touchdown, but just lost his footing.
Boy, credit to Lopez to hang in there and throw that ball.
I told you last week, I really like this kid, Mark Lopez. I think he's really good. He's great at throwing the football, and there was another dot right there that would have been right on the money for Townsend had he been able to stay up.
10 on the play clock. 2nd and 20. The clock stopped at 7:58. Bulldogs down 11 with the football. The freshman Lopez steps up, throws behind his man, tipped and incomplete. As he was going for the tight end.
I think that was Sal Paterno, actually.
Oh, what's Sal Paterno? Looked like a tight end out there running.
He is a big guy for a running back.
He is. Bulldogs sub in for another wide receiver. Chris Crumsey enters the contest, the freshman. He'll line up, stacked behind the grad student, Keontae Townsend.
Keep an eye on Koloski on the top of your screen here on 2nd and 20.
Bulldogs need 20. Lopez stands in, feels pressure, throws. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. Townsend looking for a flag, and so are the Adrian fans. But there is a flag deep in the Bulldog backfield as the play was made on defense by Daniel Boudoir again. Whoa, and a big penalty against Defiance as the call is roughing the passer. Wipeout, 4th and long, bring in a 1st and 10 for Adrian, and just another killer penalty. This one by Defiance. You just can't do that on a 3rd and 20.
Could we get another look at that hit maybe late on the quarterback? It was, just not a mistake you can make, right? They were doing great on defense, and penalty costs them.
1st and 10 from the 40, a flag immediately. This will be probably on the formation. I mean, as soon as the play went off, the linesman, it's going to be an illegal formation on Adrian. This will be a 5-yard penalty.
These referees have really earned their paycheck today, haven't they?
I mean, that is the 8th Bulldog penalty, 9 for Defiance. Adrian, 8 penalties for 78 yards. Defiance, 9 penalties for 90 yards.
We're approaching like 200 yards on penalties alone. That's insane.
So now it's a 1st and 15 for Lopez. He's getting some pressure, throws it out to his running back, Paterno, who his momentum took him out of bounds after a 4 or 5 yard reception. Actually, give him 6, so nice job by Lopez. He felt pressure as bearing down on him was Dominic Harris. It'll be a 2nd and 9 for Lopez. 7.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Defiance on top of Adrian, 28-17. Low snap, Lopez picks it up. Mark steps up, he's hit, the ball is out, and Defiance falls on it. Fumble on the play, and the Defiance recovery. Richard Pope, the 4th, with the football, and the pressure got to Lopez. As he was about to let the football go, it fell out. It's a 1st and 10 Defiance. Now, Division III doesn't have the benefit of replay. If we were, Division I, Division II, that type of deal, we'd be looking at that play many times just to confirm if Lopez's arm was going forward or not. Call on the field is it was not. Punched out, 1st down, Yellow Jackets, 7:14 to go.
That classic tuck rule might have come into play. We saw Lopez in tight spaces be able to get the ball off, but that was just an instance where he probably should have tucked it and taken the sack.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets from the 45 and a flag again. This is a false start on Defiance as they're approaching 100 yards and penalties here this afternoon.
Penalty puts it at the 39, 1st and 15.
7:13 left in this 4th quarter.
Bulldogs need a quick 3 and out or a turnover here to give them a shot. Down 11. 1st and 15 for the visitors from Defiance. Man in motion, it's going to be a run. Ambrose keeps it through the middle. And finishing up the tackle was Donovan McCary, who I don't know is 100%, but even 80% Donovan McCary is very good.
Yeah, like you said, 80% Donovan McCary is like 100% a lot of other people at this level. Just a really talented player, and cool to see that grit, that determination to play despite being a little bit banged up. That's the kind of player you want on your team.
Yellow Jackets will take their time to snap this football. Freeman is in the backfield with Ambrose, the quarterback. It's going to be a run for Ambrose through the middle, near a first down. He got it. Down to the Bulldog 46. Move those chains again for a Defiance College 1st and 10. It's just, you know, we'll get into MIAA, Calvin, and you'll really see the way Defiance runs this offense is very similar to MIAA. Big physical running back and a big physical running quarterback where it just wears you down into that second half and into that fourth quarter where you got to tackle 6'2", 250 and 6 foot, 240 all game. We're starting to see it wear on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if the Yellow Jackets are able to pull this one out, you're looking at Jordan Ambrose as the player of the game.
It's going to be a give to Freeman. He's got some room over the left side. First down and more. 17-yard rush for the senior, Tyshawn Freeman. And we hear the visitors on the opposite side cheering on their Yellow Jackets as they're moving the football, chewing up that clock. 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Defiance up 11 and with the football.
Yeah, we talked about Ambrose. He's had 130 yards in the air and a touchdown, and then on the ground he's had 124 yards. So quite the afternoon for the Yellow Jacket quarterback.
Donovan McCary checks himself out of this game so far. Brett Allen replaces him at safety. 1st and 10, Freeman again, and he gets wrapped up into the arms of the waiting Riker Bidwell. Man, he's been all over the place for this Adrian defense.
2nd and 9 at the 27.
Bidwell leads the team right now, an official 13 tackles for the Adrian middle linebacker. 2nd down and 9 for Defiance, under 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Ball at the Bulldog 27. Ambrose takes, pitches to Freeman. He's going to get walloped, spin off one tackle, and get taken out of bounds.
Still on his feet,
Yeah,
Ian.
by about 8 Bulldogs. I'm exaggerating, of course, but Pipkins had to help his fellow defenders get Freeman out of play. That little pitch out to that left, he just spun off a couple tacklers. Just a solid base on Freeman. You know, 240 pounds in your program. Most of that is in his legs. Big third down for the Bulldogs. Under 4 to go in the game. Defiance needs the Adrian 18-yard line. Trying to ice this game and get win number 1. Bulldogs looking for a comeback. Ambrose, he's looking to throw to the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Pipkins on the coverage. The intended target was Trey Morrell. Pipkins has had himself an afternoon with the interception early. He's been very involved in pass coverage. Defiance looking to go for this here. Really seal the deal here. Can Adrian get their offense back on the field? Adrian subs in their pass defense package. Ambrose will stand alone in the shotgun. 3:38 left in the fourth quarter. They need the Adrian 18. They'd snap from the 28. Ambrose jumps up in the pocket. He's looking to get that yardage. He'll have it 1st and 10 and make that a 1st and goal as he's down inside the 10. Just stood back in the pocket for 2 seconds, didn't see anybody, and just took off, and he made one man miss, and that was it.
Yeah, again, Jordan Ambrose, he's been the guy for this Defiance offense. When they've needed a play, even when he's been pressured by this Bulldog defensive front, he's able to evade, and he's able to pick up a 1st down. Big 4th down play for Ambrose. He comes through again. Just like the mailman, Ambrose has delivered all afternoon today. Although mailman don't normally deliver on Saturdays, but Ambrose has done that today.
Putting in some overtime. 2:51 left in this football game. Bulldogs down 28-17. It's going to be Freeman. He's going to get a convoy toward the goal line. He's just short. As it'll be a 2nd down and goal from inside the 5.
Always just those 2 names, Jordan Ambrose and Tyshawn Freeman. Freeman always seems to, just be falling forwards and running downhill. It's taken it's almost like 3 or 4 Bulldogs have to get a piece of him before he goes down to the ground. they've had their hands full with Big Freeman this afternoon. And they're just chewing the clock down, too. Just 2:10 left to go in this football game.
Ambrose lines up under center. He'll turn and give to Freeman. He's going to get maybe half a yard. Bulldog interior stops the big man for now as Riker Bidwell climbs up from the bottom of the pile along with Shea LaRue and Adrian's 97, Jake Fetro.
This has been a masterclass of a drive late on in the game from Defiance, getting their run game going, chewing the clock, and really making it so that if they're able to actually cash in and get this touchdown on the board, this game is all but concluded.
Adrian's last loss to Defiance, the 9th of September, 2006, to the day. Here's a run for Ambrose. He's going to get in for the Yellow Jackets. Touchdown. And that will do it with 1:20 left. It's now 34-17. The visitors from Ohio. Adrian had won the last 9 matchups. That streak will come to an end here in the home opener as Sanchez will trot on for the extra point. Oh, the kick is blocked. Extra point is blocked. I think Ashman got it. They're saying their Bulldog sideline wanted them to advance the football. Referee said the ball was not played in the end zone quickly enough, I guess. So there will be a kickoff here. It's 34-17. Adrian would get possession on the ensuing kickoff. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside. Be sure to tune in for our Adrian College postgame show. Talk about this contest. Look forward to homecoming next week as the Bulldogs bring in the Bluffton Beavers from Ohio, trying to look for win number 1, as they'll need about 1:20 worth of magic if they're going to pull out a victory here.
They need something special, wouldn't they?
I mean, you need a kick return. You need a significant kick return. Pipkins back there along with Chris Crumsey. Yellow Jackets trot out to kick this one away. (34-17) Yellow Jackets.
We're talking about a 3-score football game. Certainly a tough mountain to climb, and looks as if the Yellow Jackets will come away with a victory today.
The lineup, the run up, and here's the kick. It's going to be deep and returnable for Pipkins. Pipkins at the 16, looking for his blockers to get set up. Finds some room for the middle. Now to the 40, slips a tackle and falls down at the 40. Football came out late. They say he was down at the 41.
I don't think he was.
As Defiance scooped it up and thought they were going to score. As 23 jumped on that one, Cooper Sloan. They blew the play dead. It'll be a Bulldog 1st and 10 at the 41.
That was close. I think Pipkins' ball may have been loose there before he went down, but
certainly close. And, you know, Calvin, we were looking for questions to be answered, and now I think we have a few more questions. Brady Raymond did not play after the middle stages, 3rd quarter. I believe it's a medical issue.
I'd have to imagine, right? Because he's been great today.
Yes,
I don't know
Mark
why they would pull him.
Lopez checked in. Miscues on special teams. The defense not as prolific as last week. Lopez throws near side, caught for a minimal gain. Bulldog receiver is Braden Jewell. Under a minute to go.
I will say, though, if Brady Raymond is out, this Mark Lopez kid is pretty dang good as well. So they've got a good backup on their hands.
Lopez looks quickly, throws out there, caught at the 48. Tackled quickly, and that was Chris Crumsey with the reception. He gave Defiance credit. Have we really heard Ben Koloski's name in the second half?
They made adjustments, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly have. Third down from the 47. Lopez unhinges one. He throws deep. It's incomplete. They were looking for Kolaski, and the closest receiver was actually a defender. That's the defensive back, Vashon Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer very easily could have picked that one.
So 4th and 4. The Adrian offense staying out as is. They need the Defiance 49.
I like the observation you made, though, about the Bulldog defense. They were commanding last week, not so this week.
Lopez looks sideline, throws, caught. First down, Adrian College. And it's Keontae Townsend with a first down. And Coach Deere will call a timeout. Sounds good, Coach. We'll take one with you. Bulldogs down here late, 34-17. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
And we welcome you back on the Adrian College Sports Network. My name is Ian Wentz. Calvin Keys is alongside off the Adrian timeout. 16 seconds left in this fourth quarter. It's a 1st and 10 Adrian. Lopez feeling pressure. He'll get sacked way back at the 40, and that is an exclamation point on this football game. Coach Deere will not call a timeout, and that will be the end of this football game. And it will be a feeling that Defiance has not had since the year 2006 when they beat Adrian 10-0. It's the first victory against the Bulldogs since that time. Adrian falls here at home 34-17. And a second half, Calvin, that did not go Adrian's way, not one little bit.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were rolling in that first half, and the wheels kind of fell off heading into the second. Weren't able to maintain their momentum. I think part of that is you wanted Brady Raymond to keep going. He's dealing with some sort of injury, it looked like. Left the game halfway through the third quarter. And really, I think it was Defiance's offense, the likes of Jordan Ambrose, Tyshawn Freeman, and then you look at the likes of their receiver, Rome, who had some nice catches, and then we had Hollinsworth with the one-handed grab in the end zone. They made better plays on offense, had momentum going their way, and the Yellow Jackets wouldn't let up. Bulldog defense had no answer for their rushing attack.
34-17 your final. The Bulldogs fall to 0-2. Defiance gets win number 1 on their season. Adrian home next week for homecoming. A 3 p.m. kickoff against the Bluffton University Beavers as they visit Docking Family Stadium. Another look at our stats, scoring summary, and our final thoughts on this football game. All coming up later on our postgame show. The Bulldogs fall at home 34-17. You've been tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
We're back on the Adrian College Sports Network. It has gone final. Adrian drops this one at home, 34-17 to Defiance College. I'm Ian Wendt, Calvin Keys alongside. A big thanks again to our crew that made this broadcast possible. That was executively directed by Megan Abbey, directed by Alex Herman and Josiah Durrell, engineered by Laura Witkowski. Also on the broadcast today, providing some camera work, Gia Avalone, Connor Shelb, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, and Reagan Petrowski. Quick look at some of the numbers for this one. The Yellow Jackets outgaining Adrian on the ground at 269 yards to 43. First downs, 22-13 in favor of the visitors. They averaged, Defiance did, 5.3 yards per carry. Bulldogs held to 1.3. Receiving yards, Bulldogs had the edge, 166 to 130. Averaged about 13 yards a catch. In terms of plays, Defiance, 75 plays, 399 yards of offense. Adrian, 59 plays for 209 yards per play. Went to Defiance, 5.32 to Adrian's 3.54. Looking at some other numbers here. Penalties, 10 for Defiance, 95 yards. Adrian, 8 for 78. Punts, Bulldogs had 5 for an average of 38.8. Time of possession favored the Yellow Jackets, 35-24, rounding there. Third downs, neither team was great. Defiance 4 of 13, Adrian 3 of 13. Fourth downs, 2 for 4 for the winners, and the Bulldogs were 2 of 3 here this afternoon. Look at our individual stats for Adrian College. Brady Raymond was 6 of 15, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 110 yards on the game. Mark Lopez, who came in the second half, was 6 for 11, 50 yards, a long of 27. He was sacked 3 times. Leading receiver was Ben Kolaski with 4 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Sal Paterno, 14 carries, 37 yards. Brady Raymond, 13 carries for 37 yards as well. Looking at the Adrian defense, a standout performance from Ryder Bidwell. He had 10 solo tackles, 7 assisted for a total of 17 here tonight. He was a big-time factor in this football game. Pipkins had the interception for Adrian College. He returned it for 36 yards. Let's look at our statistical categories for this football game. An Adrian College loss, 34-17 here in their home opener. We are going to take a 30-second break. On the other side, we'll select our player of the game here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
And welcome back. That's the post-game show here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt and Calvin Keys. Bulldogs go to 0-2. Defiance goes to 1-1 after their victory here at Docking Stadium. 34-17 was the final score. All right, Calvin, it's now time to select our player of the game. Now, look, I know they gave up 34 points, but there was a defender that had a career day out there today. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, we're talking about Riker Bidwell. Just had a phenomenal performance, as you said, Ian. 10 solo tackles and 7 assists for a grand total of 17 tackles on the day. We didn't talk about him a ton, but we did say his name a lot as he was making tackle after tackle.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing for Adrian is that he was making the tackle 5 yards down the field. Either he was tackling Ambrose or he was tackling the Defiance College running back, Tyshawn Freeman, who both had great games for the Yellow Jackets. So I'll just look at their rushing totals just to give a perspective of what our player of the game, Bidwell, was going up against. Ambrose rushed for 17 times, 146 yards and a score. Freeman, 24 carries, 106 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns on the afternoon. But our player of the game, Riker Bidwell, the sophomore linebacker, he is our player of the game here tonight. All right, quick look ahead, Calvin, to next week. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. It's homecoming already, week 3. Game 2 here at Docking Stadium. It's going to be a busy day. A lot of Bulldogs converging on campus next Saturday, really all weekend long. I'm looking forward to it. I always am.
I'm looking forward to it as well. I think the Bulldogs are going to be hungry this week in practice again. Just another game that didn't go the way they wanted it to. They'll be back next weekend, and yeah, they're going to challenge a Bluffton Beavers team that they have a good history against. They've had some success this year. I'm not sure who Bluffton was able to play today. It looks like they're taking on Albion later tonight at 6 p.m. They beat Kenyon week 1, 51-35. So
just based on history, Albion should not have trouble tonight.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. The Britons have a pretty highly touted football program over there in that area. But for the Bulldogs, it's always a big game having alumni, students past and present here supporting the Bulldogs. It's a big source of school pride trying to get a win on homecoming. They did last year over Finlandia, trying to repeat that again. But still a lot to work on. It feels like the defense, we talked about how well Bidwell played, but some of those other names, they didn't really get much pressure to the quarterback throughout the game, which credit to Defiance's offensive line, but felt like the defense took steps backward. And I thought the offense took steps forward, actually, but wasn't enough to be able to get enough points for the win.
Yeah, we'll have to check on the status of Brady Raymond, the starting quarterback for Adrian. He's certainly, for all the criticism he got last week, he played a much improved football game, in my opinion, here this week. He did have the INT, but he made some plays with his legs. He had the nice couple touchdown passes to Koloski, and certainly a improvement from week 1 to week 2. I'm looking forward to that next week as the Bulldogs host the Beavers. Once again, I'd like to thank our entire crew this afternoon, executively directed by Megan Abbey, directed by Alex Herman, Josiah Durrell, and Lauren Witkowski. Also helping out today, Gia Avalone, Connor Shelb, Kenny Shoup, Morgan Vanderpoppen, Reagan Petrowski, and we appreciate all of their help here this afternoon. Well, for all the Bulldog fans out there listening and out there watching, thanks for tuning in to Adrian College Bulldog Football alongside Calvin Keys. I'm Ian Wentz saying so long till next week. Bulldogs fall here at home to Defiance College by a final of 34-17 right here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your